If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a smell, man. No proof, I'm a lie about a motive. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side flies. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
I did something that I've done that I can count on one hand the amount of times I've done since we known each other.
What's that, dude?
Read the rundown.
Oh, why?
Snakes.
Oh.
I'm like,
what?
what?
The last thing on the rundown, it just caught your eye?
I just don't know. I was just scrolling through it and I saw a snake. Well, part of the reason because Marcos claimed yesterday you Adele'd it.
I didn't Adele. What I actually failed to do, because we've been, I got a bleep ton of liners to do, and so GoLen's been sending me all these liners. And so what I did is I actually forgot to send like the actual time rundown under that. I did the, so, and also I worked, and also I worked until 2 a.m. the night beforehand because I was at the Heat game. So
hey, everybody can't just take a day off like he does.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I gotta get my mind right for trick or trivia tonight. Glad to have you though, Vlad. And Vlad's obviously flying high today because his Yankees stayed alive last night.
I ain't flying high, nothing.
You still nervous?
Hey, so you realize, I think they said it last night, this is the first time since the 80s that somebody got it to game 4?
Yeah, that announcer, that play-by-play guy was saying that every 5 seconds to the point I wanted to wring his neck. I get it. It's been 40 plus years since somebody brought it to a game 4. Relax. We got it. After the first 3 times, we understood.
I'm trying
to say it 75 other more times.
I'm still trying to figure out the Bobo from the Bronx there who's trying to snatch the glove off of Mookie Betts. I'm still trying to figure out.
You bat the ball. You don't try to take the glove after you catch it.
I've never he took the glove.
I would, you know what? He should be arrested and charged with assault. He was trying to assault Mookie Betts.
Dude, you could have really hurt his wrist off of that wall.
Shoulder. You know, there's a hand and an arm attached to that glove.
The quotes he had too afterwards are ridiculous.
He spoke?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because he thinks he's part of the team, so he had a press conference. The guy's name is let me see. Here's the story from ESPN.
Bobby Donuts.
Austin Capobianco.
Oh,
hey, it's Capobianco. Hey, crazy. Mookie Betts leapt to the wall in foul territory and initially caught the Gleyber Torres pop-up in the first inning, but the fan in the first row, Austin Capobianco, grabbed Betts' glove with both hands and pulled the ball out. Capobianco's friend John Peter then grabbed Betts' non-glove hand. Betts reacted angrily, and Torres immediately was ruled out by right field umpire Mark Carlson for fan interference. Capobianco, a Yankee season ticket holder, said he knew that he would be in trouble, but chose to grab and open Betts' glove, nonetheless telling ESPN that he and Peter often have discussed this exact scenario. If a foul ball comes their way, they're going to do what they can to help their team. Quote, "We always joke about the ball in our area. We're not going to go out of our way to attack, but if it's in our area, we're going to D up."
Well, you know what? He probably needs the Yankees to D up because you can't D up a ball that's out of the ballpark. Jeez, Freeman again.
No, it was. I mean, it wasn't foul territory. So like,
No, I know. That's
he's
what I'm saying.
out.
They're in foul territory. They're not home run, but
still,
yeah. Like, come on, but Vlad, what are your people doing?
I'm not claiming that. That's not me. That's not my people's.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm no.
And by the way, by the way,
they're from a different part of the Mediterranean. Not for,
let me just say this. On Monday, I refrained. I just want you to know.
I know. I heard you. You can't talk.
Yeah.
That's why you wore your Michigan outfit. That's the only thing. Or you could have wore Cleveland. You can't talk.
No, I didn't even wear Cleveland. I didn't wear nothing. I was just.
You should have. I'm telling you, James is going to take him on a.
Hey, dude. 2 years in a row, you get the guy that nobody wanted, and he balls out for you. 2 years in a row.
Something about it.
But like they had quarterbacks who refused to throw the ball more than 5 yards down the field, and then you brought in two gunslingers.
Yeah,
James gonna throw it.
But like the idea, this guy has like the audacity to just be like, "We're going to D up." This guy thinks he's going to get a World Series ring.
He's going to go around his neighborhood, probably Satrials, and say, "Hey, yeah, you saw what I did to that bet?
Capo, what you do out there, huh?
Yeah, you saw what I did to that Yankees?
Yeah.
Huh? I was better than Soto.
He made the wrong Mookie bets. He thought I wasn't going to do nothing. Come on, bro. Come on, dude.
Listen, I can't co-sign that. That was a horrible display of fan. That's not even fanatics. That's just stupid.
It's dumb. It's dumb. I mean, I'm surprised Mookie Betts didn't punch him right in the snot box.
Yeah, but if he could, once you start grabbing gloves, and he could really get banned.
I think he is getting banned. I think he is getting banned
because there's one thing to bat the ball out of the way, but to grab the glove, now you putting a player at risk.
For sure. It's such a ridiculous thing.
Did you see Shohei running?
About what?
Because he separated his shoulder, so he was running with his arm like this.
Ugh.
If he have to hold his arm to run, how's he swing?
Because he's left-handed hitter, so you swing with the right side.
Shohei Ohtani, tough.
Yeah,
tough.
Any guy who could have his boy take the fall for gambling.
Oh yeah,
he's tough.
I want to know what those games. Shohei Ohtani's out here having some high stakes poker games
in New York City.
That's
what he was planning to do after if they won it last night. He was gonna go to those rounders tables.
Man, let's get to the rest of our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory like the Sporters, the Sorrento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. But the Yankees did stave off elimination. They won 11-4 over the Dodgers. We got Game 5 tonight. That is the one cool thing about the World Series. Every day.
They go 2-3-2. They go 2-3-2. So it goes 2 games, day off, or 2 days off, 3 games, then another 2 days off. So they don't take a break when you're in the other city. So all games played in that city are back to back. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I think the most insulting thing in baseball to me is when the coach says, we're going to go bullpen game.
Why is that insulting to you?
Why?
That's what they do.
We ain't even worthy of your starters?
That's the way baseball is now, dude.
I know.
They don't have any starters. Most of their starters are banked or out for the
They're
season.
torn up.
Yeah.
Rishard's out.
And they still been pitching unbelievably.
Miami Heat back on the hardwood tonight against the New York Knicks.
Look at it. How you feeling, Vlad?
Not really caring about this game. More concerned about Game 5. So, it's like, you're happy, but come on.
You just did the thing.
Yeah.
He's excited.
He's excited. Still Knicks Heat. I mean, you're gonna have multiple TVs. You have multiple things to watch today.
Are you working the game tonight? No,
I have tickets for the game.
You're gonna go up there. I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of Knicks fans there tonight.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's gonna be tons of Knicks fans there tonight.
What are you watching? Well, told me, are you going, right?
No, I'm not going tonight.
Okay, but so like I've been kind of watching the World Series in its periphery, but I've been front and center for those moments. You know what I mean? Like the home run,
the screaming home run, the grand slam, the walk off.
Yeah. Right. So I've been going back and forth watching my other stuff, and then when it gets down to like 8th or 9th inning, I'm like, okay, let me hone in.
7:30, your tip off tonight from the Kaseya Center. Of course, we have coverage for you here. 6:15 preheat. As this will be a fun little matchup. Check where things are at. Knicks are 1-2 on the year. They have lost to Boston and Cleveland, and they have beaten Indiana so far this year. The Heat, they lost opening night. They've won the last two against the Hornets and the Pistons.
That team that played for opening night, I don't even know who the hell that was compared to the last two games.
No, I know that team. That team's the team that played Orlando, who's
Orlando's good, man.
Out the gate playing.
Paolo just nearly had a 50-point triple-double.
Yeah. I mean, did you see what Joker did?
Last night? No, I did not.
29, 18, and 16.
Yeah, but they're struggling.
They were in a dogfight, though, with the Nets.
Yeah, they won 2 games back-to-back in overtime.
Crazy.
But think about that. 29, 18, and 16. And then nobody else got the damn ball.
He almost took down Team USA alone. He's very good. He's very good. He's a good player.
Don't move fast.
Nope. Does everything at his own pace.
That's Tobin's. He's Tobin's inspiration.
Why?
Because he does everything at his own pace.
He does everything at his own pace and doesn't move.
I am one of these where I thought this game was we should get a little national attention. I thought Heat Knicks would get it, but of course they got to put the Celtics on for the gazillionth time.
Yeah, I thought this was a ESPN game.
You know who else thought it was an ESPN game?
Who?
Jimmy Buckets.
Really?
Yeah, he was in his locker. He's like, we on ESPN on Wednesday? I'm like, I don't know. I looked. I said, Celtics Pacers. He goes, sounds about right. It's like, it does sound about right.
What does that mean? If it was an ESPN game, Jimmy was going to go out even more, like, you know.
I think so. I think he's like,
it's one of those nights.
Dial it on up.
Yeah, okay.
Dial it on up a little bit.
I see.
Well, this is
he's been playing great, though. I mean,
no.
This is his first game.
Go ahead and say it. What did he get, Tobes?
What
did he get?
What did he get?
LTL, baby.
He got tough love from you?
What did I say after the first game? Say they paying you $40, $50 million a year. We ain't paying you to assist. We paying you to be the dude. Be the dude. Everybody else gets the scraps.
Well, we'll have to see.
You get yours. That's what all the number ones do. Am I wrong?
Here's been an interesting thing: is that Karl Anthony Towns' team, since the Jimmy breakup, have had the number on him, but that was Wolves power. I don't know if that transfers over to the Knicks. We'll have to see.
It might change.
We'll have to see.
They don't like each other, so this might just add another ingredient to this.
Towns and
Towns. Yeah.
Well, first of all, if you don't want to deal with Towns, just go in the paint.
That's true. He don't have a national TV game until Tuesday, November 26th. TNT against the Bucks.
You know,
you mean right before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, because that's
Thanksgiving week.
A playing game.
That's in season.
I'm not playing in season game.
Yeah.
Oh, the in season tournament.
They don't have an ESPN game until January 15th in Los Angeles. Late game against the Lakers.
Late game. Great.
Yep.
Seeing that.
I mean, they
tell you right now.
I don't count NBA TV games.
No,
they got NBA. That don't count.
That don't count.
Unless the actual NBA TV people are announcing. If it's one of the games where they're just taking it from the local team's feed just to play it, then I don't count it. But if it's an actual like Spiro Adidas and like I'll count it.
Nah,
because they're actually it's actually a live broadcast. But if it's
people don't like, come on. If it's not your team, when was the last time you watched the NBA TV game? You know why? Because they put the games that they think you would be watching on TNT and ESPN.
No, they got a good doubleheader this Thursday. They just NBA TV gets games.
They'll be on NBA TV on Saturday for their Mexico City game. But you know.
Hey, you lied to me.
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do?
But you said the game started at 1 on Friday.
It does.
Starts at 2.
The Panthers?
The Panthers started 1.
No. I heard him yesterday saying started 2.
I looked at the schedule yesterday. It's unless there's like a Finnish time issue. The score Friday going to ESPN right now. It says 1 p.m. Who said 2 p.m.?
Yesterday, I think Hawking, those guys did.
Well, I saw on our schedule on the rundown, it does say that that the game. I was gonna email our schedule person, but he had already gotten one email that day, so I don't know. But it said, dude, I'm looking at ESPN right now. It says 1 o'clock.
It's 1 p.m. Friday and 11 a.m. Saturday morning.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but no, I'm pretty sure we're off. I'm pretty sure we're off early on Friday.
You are off early on Friday.
Unless you want us doing play-by-play of Finnish hockey.
I don't think they want us doing play-by-play of Finnish hockey because I'm going to ask you a question and you're going to punch me in the face, and that's going to be the end of our broadcasting career.
Why?
Because he hates when I ask him hockey questions.
He has really specific hockey questions.
No. But wait. Vlad. 3 black dudes and a white dude sitting in the room and hockey's on TV.
It's not fair.
Oh, white dude, you're getting all the questions.
Fair though. We'll take a break. Back after this.
WQA broadcasting live from the
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy back with you here, 560 WQAM. Hey, we're giving you a chance to win a pair of 3-day passes to go to Tortuga Music Festival, April 4th, 5th, and 6th on Fort Lauderdale Beach. You guys can see Jelly Roll, Keith Urban, Luke Combs, and a whole lot more. Just, if you guys want to enter the contest, text the word PALM, P-A-L-M, PALM, to 20357. Text PALM, PALM, to 20357. For more info, go to WQAM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. All right. So you got that. Check that on out, everybody. Luis wants to ask you, Vlad. He says, can Aaron Rodgers fire Ulbrich soon? Is he on watch? Is he on notice?
No. Is Mike McDaniel on notice? Because Stephen, talking that Stephen.
I'm wondering. It's tough to know with Stephen Ross. It's one of these things where, I don't think so. If I had to guess, my best guess, Vlad, is if this season of disaster keeps going, Stephen Ross will do the thing where he keeps Mike McDaniel, fires Chris Greer. He's gonna do something like that.
But wouldn't the fan base like that?
Probably
will accept that.
Probably.
Here's what's gonna happen. The streets are gonna need a body.
Of course.
Streets are gonna need.
And I don't think the cap guy is gonna be enough.
No.
And you can't you're not gonna fire what are you gonna fire another defensive coordinator? You just did that. So I don't know. But if I had to guess, if they come down to it, the way Stephen Ross would really want to do it is he'll do something he'd fire Chris Greer and keep Mike McDaniel if the streets do need a body. That's what I would guess. But I don't know. It's tough to know with him. He's gone a lot of different ways over the past years, and in his firing squad type of ways.
The thing is, it'll be harder to fire a guy that's been in your ear navigating you through all of this. You see what I mean? I think that's what Chris. Huh?
Garfinkel?
You think Garfinkel is the guy?
No, Garfinkel's never getting fired. Garfinkel's made
but I'm saying Garfinkel isn't the guy in his ear. Garfinkel just runs the other stuff, right?
Yeah, the stuff that
Chris Greer has been the guy in his ear about the football team and the decisions or whatever. That guy's usually harder to fire.
Yeah, but he's also been
20
around.
years, though. It's not like other organizations where
I know.
It's been a long time. So,
starting with no playoff wins in that 20 years, by the way.
Okay. I get all that.
Mush.
I get all that.
Mush?
He might be the mush.
The mush.
Lines up.
You guys can compare mush notes.
I'm not the mush. Panthers won the Stanley Cup. You accuse me of
mushness. Mush days are over, man.
Yep.
You are exempt. Mush exempt.
Yep. I am.
You have been pardoned, my son.
Bob got me a mush pardon, dude. A mush pardon.
Mush pardon.
I'm very confused on this Panthers game, by the way. Okay. I think we are now till 2, but I don't know. I'm telling you right now, ESPN says 1 o'clock.
Coverage. Coverage. Don't misconstrue game with coverage.
Hold on.
No, I'm not talking coverage. I'm talking puck drop. ESPN says 1 o'clock.
But what do we say? 2.
It says 2 on the Panthers website, but it does Eastern Daylight Time. Isn't daylight this weekend?
Oh, we might be going back.
No, it's on Saturday night.
Right, but it says EDT on their website, which I'm like, I don't think daylight saving starts on Friday, which makes me wonder, is it 1 o'clock? Hard to say.
But that would make it 2 o'clock.
No. It would make it 1 o'clock if we fell back.
You fall back though.
But we don't fall back technically until the next day. And what time is it in Finland? I don't know.
See, why?
What? Don't get mad at me.
No, I'm not getting mad at you.
Schedule,
but
I'm looking. I'm very confused. It says Global Series, 2 p.m. EDT. Like,
Eastern, okay. Is that
Eastern Daylight Time?
Who uses daylight EDT? Time? Who uses EDT? Nobody.
Doesn't like Pensacola?
No. It's
Are we
usually
always EST?
yes.
Guys, we're Eastern Standard.
Well, it says I'm telling you right now. It says maybe Finland doesn't. Does Finland do daylight savings? Finland feels like they wouldn't do daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Which then again,
Why would you wait? Let me ask you a question. Why in the hell would you do daylight saving when you get 24 hours of daylight?
I don't know.
You sound ridiculous.
Leroy, I'm very confused.
All right,
I'm
the
confused.
Florida-
Wait, because I said 2 o'clock.
He's right. He's right.
Who's right?
Leroy.
Okay.
The Florida Panthers will be on Aleksander Barkov's turf when they play the Dallas Stars in the 2024 NHL Global Series Finland, presented by Fastenal at Nokia Arena in the hometown of Tampere on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern on Scripps. And Saturday, noon Eastern on Scripps. So there probably is going to be a 1-hour pregame show.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And also, the fact that they're on a new network might have to let people know, hey, game's at 1, but it's really at 2, just so that people.
I'm very confused.
Wait, you've been watching sports long enough to know that little game they play.
But this is not a coverage thing. It's like today at ESPN, like they put the Heat game tonight. It says 7:30. I know the tip-off's not till 7:40.
Yeah,
but
but
it's a
sometimes
7:30.
when you have when they do games like this, they put the coverage time so they can sell so they can sell them commercials.
For NHL Network?
Dude, I'm telling you, we see it all the time in football.
It
Yeah.
says so it's an hour off on both games on ESPN.
Right.
Yep.
But the game's not on ESPN.
That's the weird thing. Maybe ESPN Plus maybe might be on.
Whatever. All right. I guess we have a full show on Friday.
No, we don't have local. We don't have a local pregame show.
No, I don't think the Panthers do a pregame.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
We do. Well, this is different.
It says on the schedule we're going till 2. I'm very confused.
Here's the weird part about this, because during the week they don't have a pregame show if the game starts at 7 p.m. But this is a different time, so they might have a pregame show.
Dade South says time zones and geography kick y'all's ass. I know.
Not y'all.
I'm
no,
not. Look,
admit it.
Leroy, it's not my. Is ESPN not
a fist fight in Dallas?
Is ESPN not a reputable scheduling source? I'm looking at it right now. It says 1 p.m., 11 a.m. Then I go to the Panthers website, and they're doing this cockamamie Eastern Daylight Time, which daylight savings is not until the games are after. And so I'm very confused. I'm sorry. Look, I'll work till 2 p.m.
Look at this. I don't know what the hell Dade South just said. I don't understand the damn word of it. But what does it mean?
Too many words. I'm not reading all that, dog.
Too wordy. Break
You
it
know
down,
what? I'll
Dade
be
South.
here.
You used to breaking everything else down. Now you're going to put all the verbiage down?
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up on Friday with the plan to do 4 hours.
I think you should do
And
that.
if somebody tells me, hey, leave at 1 o'clock, I'll gladly take it because there's a Panthers game at 1 o'clock.
Here's what I don't want to do. Okay. I don't want to get my hopes up. And that's what I did. I got all excited.
Right.
And I could get on with my day.
Me too.
And you tricked me
It's not
because
my fault, though.
3 seconds after our show, Hawk said the game starts at 2. So I said, oh, maybe we'll get a half an hour because of the pregame. And
Right.
now you're telling me the Panthers don't even do a pregame?
I don't think the Panthers do a
Panthers
pregame.
do a pregame if the games are a 7:30 p.m. start. If it's like a 7 p.m.
Okay,
start,
so
they
top
don't
of the hour, they don't do a pregame.
right. But since this is a special game, a special series, and the game starting at 2 Eastern, I don't know if they do a pregame.
Nah, our schedule, because I was confused by this yesterday because we got a schedule from the from Antoine who sends them all out, and I thought it was wrong.
7 schedules. I don't never know which one's right.
Right, but I picked the one and it said 2 p.m. I thought he had a mistake because somebody else had said that there was a mistake on it. But I'm just telling you right now, I went to ESPN. That's typically where I go to read my schedules. Crazy me. And it says right now, I'm looking at it, 1 p.m., 11 a.m. for the 2 games. But if you go to the Panthers website, it says 2 p.m., noon.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. I would think that the station that has the radio rights would have the accurate time over ESPN.
Okay, dude.
Wait.
We gotta be on like 7 different stations. I'm not taking that as no offense to Antoine. You know I love you, Antoine. But there's like 7 stations that we got to be on at once for games.
It's gonna happen again this Saturday.
Right. So like I
because we got the early bird special and an early hockey game.
Can we get Paul Maurice?
And Inter Miami.
You want to hear Paul Maurice on being in
Miami
Finland?
play? I thought they played on Tuesdays and Fridays.
No,
they play Saturday.
Okay. It's the second leg, right?
Yeah, they got to win this game. They can bounce Atlanta, and then it goes to elimination. What?
Nothing.
They're waiting for you to say Paul Maurice.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were. I thought I said something wrong about soccer.
No.
Dan Day was trying to explain to me. I was like, I don't know how the MLS playoffs work.
So they don't do like best of 3. They play
do for the first round.
Everybody does a home and home.
No, you do a best 3. You got to win best out of 3 in the first.
Oh, really? Round. They don't do the Euro.
They don't do an
It's
aggregate.
weird.
It's weird.
The first round they do. You have to win 2. Whoever wins the most out of the 3 games.
Well, 2 out of 3.
Well, I mean, you could.
So they play 3 no matter what.
Well, if you draw one, if you draw the first 2 times.
Oh, it doesn't go into overtime?
No.
Soccer's.
Oh my goodness.
Respectfully.
So you gotta just flat out win 2. The only one that goes into overtime is the last.
Just gotta win one.
Guys, can I say something in the trust tree?
Yeah.
How is this the most popular game in the world? It's so dumb.
Because
I just don't. Here's what I can't figure out. And
not anybody can play, but everybody can play.
I know that's gonna upset the world.
Can I tell you what pisses me off about soccer? I see the 90 minutes expire, and then some guy with a lighted up Christmas tree adds 6 minutes to the game. I thought it was over. Why don't they just stop the clock when somebody gets hurt?
No, the clock just got to keep.
They
keeps
going.
Stop the clock.
You don't know when games start. We just go based on aggregates. Road goals are worth more than home goals.
I like that.
It's ridiculous.
No, because as the home team, you're the favorite, so you must protect your pitch.
What if the other team
barely goals as it is now? 1 goal counts as 2 goals.
It just means more. It means
so
more.
They won 2-1 or 3-1.
I believe
they won 2-1.
2-1. Okay. So it don't like this is nonsense. I thought they played a home and a home. Like
they are playing a home and a home.
They
do
playing
in Atlanta.
You're right about that. But
if Atlanta wins, then they're gonna have to come back and play the 3rd game in Inter Miami at Chase Stadium.
If Miami wins, it's done.
It is done.
So some teams, a best of 3 series, and make up your mind. Do you want to do the soccer rules that everybody in the world does, or do you want to do NBA?
That was MLS did something different, and I don't like it.
Anyway.
And I know not to ask my friend.
Oh, what? Now you're gonna ask me soccer rules too?
Well, no. There's nobody who talks about. Is there any person between the two of us that talks about hockey more than anybody? That's all he talks about. Hockey, 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 hockey. Bob, he goes and interviews everybody. He does all this. So I'm just assuming that if I got a question, I'm gonna ask my boy who's there all the time. Right?
Ridiculously specific.
Then he looks at me and goes, "Why do you ask me these dumb questions?"
No, I didn't say they're dumb questions. I said they're very detailed questions. What do I look like, Randy Moeller?
How am I going to learn about the sport?
No, but
if I don't ask questions about what's going on.
I'll give you David Dwork's number. He's a reporter. I just want to see him. I want to watch fun.
So what you're saying is that if he was asking you specific like UFC, MMA questions, you'd be more than thrilled to answer it.
Of course.
But because he's asking you hockey questions.
But
Vlad, it's not even that. You know what? We'll be sitting down watching the fight, and he'll be shouldering me like you do your girl and go, here's what's about to happen. Watch. Chucky's gonna come out with a big ass Chucky.
But you don't ask me fight rules. Fight rules, you'll be like 2 throws, boom, boom. This guy's done. He's got no shot. Like you're determining the fight in 30 seconds.
So Vlad, I don't really ask him questions about, but I do ask him about fighters. Because fighters that I don't know about. But I do ask him fight game questions. Like, because here's the thing. I'm hanging with my boy when we go to Vegas, right? We riding out. So we go to the fights together. I don't care if he had me there for the first 1 o'clock fight. I say, what time we going? right? Luckily, we spent some time in the pool, private area, all that before we went. We get there, we go in there super early. And so I don't know some of these guys fighting.
So you want to be
that he might. So I'm always asking him about, okay, who's favorite? What does this guy do? Who's the up and coming? And he'll break it down for me. So I'm just thinking, if the dude spends more time in the hockey den than any of us, right? Why can't I just throw a couple little hockey questions at him?
They're not little. They're not little questions.
Let me play.
They're not. They're not little questions. They're ridiculous questions.
Let me play Dr. Vlad here.
Okay.
It explains a lot about your relationship and friendship. Because
I don't like where this is going.
Oh, seriously, it does. I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna have to look at your relationship with Tobin, Leroy. I'll tell you why. Here is Leroy, who's asking his boy. He spent all his time with his boy, asking his boy to inform him about a sport or a topic that he's not well informed in and wants to be. And you don't pay attention, or you're just annoyed and agitated.
He gets annoyed and agitated.
Hold on. Now, understand how Leroy feels when he's breaking down football to you. And you totally don't listen to him.
Right. Why would I listen to another sport that I don't have a hockey expert to lean on? That's my point.
But he's the football expert to lean on.
But
so
I'm
when
not
he's
a hockey expert. I didn't play hockey. I don't know anything about hockey other than
But you know more than him.
Do I?
I'm starting, Vlad. Let me tell you something.
You understand what I said? You see
this guy? No, this guy want to be a professional. But all these interviews, I'm starting to question.
What do you mean?
Because all these hockey interviews that you have done and we have done, you telling me a little bit of hockey hadn't just slipped?
Okay. See, this is how I know. Have you listened to any of my Bob interviews? The first one, I was like, this is me dressed as you in a toga. What you think?
Hey, he does make a valid point that these guys sit down to talk serious hockey, and Tobin ain't having nothing of it.
We'll take a break. Back after this. everybody? Tobin and Leroy back with you here, 560 WQAM. We got a 4-pack of Heat tickets that you guys can win today. Keep on listening to our show for details. It's to Heat and Kings on November 4th. And if you guys want to win those tickets to next
Monday night, day before voting.
Yep, pre-election day.
I think somebody in here is going to be infiltrating and doing some shenanigans to try to get a certain animal.
Why would you say that? You don't know that, dude. I might just go about my business.
Well, first of all, I never said the person's name, so the fact that you already came out,
Wow.
you already outed
just
yourself.
Because what? Just because De'Aaron Fox, who happens to be, best friends with Bam Adebayo and didn't sign his extension, is coming to town?
Hey, I got one worse for you. What's worse, that or when you have, you have them friends or them people, they going on a trip and then they walk by you talking, like they on Rosetta Stone or something. For the last few days, old Fonz been talking Japanese in the house.
Oh, is he going to Japan?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He said he gonna have some real sushi and Kobe beef. He said where they staying is the town right next to Kobe.
Cool. Was he like shooting something over there?
No.
Okay.
Him and his boys, his one of his boys getting engaged.
Oh man.
So
yeah, I mean,
it's just they've been hanging out. They've been hanging out since we used to live across the street from him.
Hey, don't start anything.
Speaking of engaged, Bam was a groomsman at De'Aaron Fox's wedding. One would have to wonder, should Bam get engaged?
Was he the best man?
To who?
Well,
was he the best man?
I don't know if he was best man. I'm not sure.
Being one of the boys, and the boy.
I'm not sure.
Two different things.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he was best man.
Okay.
Maybe De'Aaron Fox is a brother. Sometimes the brother by default, even if you like your friend more than your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's rules. So, but if there was a Wilson wedding eventually, one would have to wonder if De'Aaron Fox would be a groomsman at that wedding.
He probably would.
Wouldn't it be more convenient
if
De'Aaron
he
Fox
was a teammate?
Yeah, exactly, dude.
You gotta admit, for a relationship, if it's a long distance relationship, the two cities you would want your significant other to be is Vegas and Miami.
Doesn't seem very long distance. It seems like she's here a lot, and it seems like he was in Vegas very much this summer.
Well, I would say it like this,
and then fly back to the city.
Y'all thinking about this all wrong.
Hmm?
Think about you could go to sleep and get up, and your girl here.
It happened that night when they honored him for the Olympics, right?
Well, the thing that's going to be funny is
she would just play like the night she just played literally like 8 hours ago, finished her game, and then flew directly to Miami.
Dude, she was going on road trip. She was at the Charlotte Hornets game wearing a Sting jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, and Asia Wilson's here.
Which Sting?
I'm like, for the Hornets game?
You know what that was, though? That was
window dressing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, though. Once the Miami Soul come back, because they're doing an expansion, Asia Wilson, she's going to make a stink.
No, they ain't bringing back the Soul.
I think they're bringing back the Soul. I don't know if they're going to be called the Soul, but they're bringing back the WNBA down here.
Because the Soul became the Sun, didn't they? Like they became Connecticut.
The Connecticut Sun? Is that where we moved to?
I think so.
The Mohegan Sun?
Yeah.
Shout out to Ron Rothstein. Of course, the OG Soul coach.
I covered the Soul.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
How about that?
He was the OG Heat coach
and the OG,
Soul coach.
Yes, he was.
Yep. Stop the tape. I love Ron, man. That guy's that dude is the best. You know what he uses? He uses wisdom. That's what he does.
Most people try to use that, but to some, it doesn't penetrate very well.
You mean like when he was on show?
I need my smartness to be dummy penetrating,
You mean like when Ron was on our show and he told me to get off Twitter?
Yes.
I mean, he was smart. You just
Another man oozing wisdom.
Wait, you know what he do? Did he say the Twitter?
He
That's
might have.
old. That's an
Yeah, I
old.
think he did say. I think he actually says, he says, "Hey Tobin, take it easy on the Twitter, buddy." Yeah, fair point. You know who else oozes wisdom? Paul Maurice. Paul Maurice is in Finland.
He's got to be just laid back right now. He ain't really giving us no good stuff, right?
Well, he was asked about has he learned? He has 4 Finnish players, and so he was speaking to the media yesterday in Finland and was asked, has he picked any up over the years? Here was Paul Maurice.
Paul, like you said, this is your 3rd time here. Have you picked up any Finnish?
No. I should. From probably Nico Mikkola. I'm pretty sure he's swearing at me when he comes to the bench. May not always be me. I'm pretty sure he's swearing. Nobody's really sure, but the other Finnish guys are laughing. So that's the only thing I know. That's as close as I can get to it.
Hey, that's the worst feeling in the world. You dapping the guy up, and him and his 3 buddies are laughing because he's cussing you out. I know that feeling though. Yeah. Dude, I got a story. So me and Mel went to a party down. It was in by the Aventura Mall in Aventura. So we in the pool, me and her in the pool with all the kids and stuff like that playing in the pool. This Canadian couple group is next to us. And so they're speaking French. And they're talking about us. And so my wife is like translating and whispering in my ear. And then when they got done, she starts speaking to him in French. And I tell you, I wish I could bottle all those faces. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh yeah. Oh, there's nothing like that. That happened to me at down here. What was there at it was like on Broward. It was like a water park. Atlantis?
Yes.
Atlantis.
Remember when Stephen Ross was going to build a water park?
Yeah.
Never happened.
Looked like he built a $20 million building instead.
Well,
it's nothing more
I
funny.
would have liked water slides.
There's nothing funny when people think you can't speak the language that they're speaking. You understand completely. And then, like Leroy says, when you start talking to them, that face of shock
and shame.
And shame. Oh, they're quick to apologize for you. Oh, can I get you something? Nah.
You got everything. I got everything I need.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Nah, no sorries. Nasty work.
Crazy. Take a break. Hour Tua. What's next? Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get off to our headlines here. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Miami Heat, they are back on the hardwood tonight against the New York Knicks. Tip-off is set for 7:30 from the Kaseya Center.
Glad to be there.
Coverage on 560 begins at 6:15.
Glad you always go to the Knicks game?
Yeah, when they give me the tickets.
There you go.
When they give me the tickets.
There you go.
They must have gave them to you because, like me, they give me tickets when nobody else want to go.
Oh, no, I had to
You had the early request in?
early request, and I ain't gonna lie, I had to pull it. I was like, come on, man. I really want to take the old man.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I really want to take the old man out.
That's all right. Last time I tried that one, it cost me $3,500.
Oh.
But all right, so you guys are all set tonight. What are you going to Bayside beforehand? What are you gonna do?
No, we're probably we'll just chill at home and then just go straight to the game.
All right.
And then, leave right after the game.
I wish you guys no success. I mean, I hope you have a good time tonight, but I wish your team no success.
I understand. Same here. That's the good part of the rivalry.
Is your dad like my dad when I take him to Cleveland games?
What?
He want to, all of a sudden, he's the coach?
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
listen.
He's like, man, look, they ain't serious right now. They slipping. I'm like, hey, man, I said, everybody can't go to a game that's 2 degrees with church shoes and no socks like you. They ain't tough as you.
I'll tell you what, the Knicks fan blew it. All right. So did you see the video that went viral of Anthony Edwards after the Wolves Knicks game? Right. And they were all trying to recruit him.
Yeah,
and he goes, why? So when I have a bad game, you guys can boo the hell out of me every single night. And here's the thing. Look, everyone's going to be pining for Ant's services in the near future.
Like Heat fans won't boo.
Oh, not like you guys. You guys are, whoo.
Hey.
All I got, and here's the problem. This is where you guys messed up. You traded the number 1 guy who was your hero 2 years ago. And then, rats off a ship. So having Julius Randle in Ant's locker room over the next couple of days, he's gonna mother bleep him about New York the entire. You don't do that. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You got to send somebody who can send a positive message, like when D Wade went to Chicago to Jimmy.
And you know who talked to Anthony Edwards and talked about the bright lights in big city of New York? Adidas.
Oh, okay, yeah, Adidas. Like they can't sell shoes anymore.
I got to tell you.
That's why they probably go to New York.
I do believe Ant does not care, right? He gonna do him, and he could care less what people think. And you almost have to be that way, right? And like I just
you cannot care what people think, Leroy. But I'm sure, as you can attest to, those February.
I did say this though. I did say this. With all the blood, sweat, and tears I put on that field in Cleveland, trying my best to win.
Yep.
If I had ever gotten hurt and the fans cheered, I think I would have been a grown-ass man crying.
Jeez.
That people don't understand. Like, I mean, think about that.
You know what else makes you cry though?
What?
February winters in Minnesota.
Well, I thought you was gonna say Blue Chew when you've had for 4 hours, and you need to call them a medical professional.
No Blue Chew this week, right? You ran out.
No, I mean you can always get Blue Chew. You gotta have a month's supply, but there's just no rates this week. Back next week.
But here's the deal.
What makes you cry? Those Minnesota winters in February. Oof.
Can I just? I'm gonna just say this. There is no colder place on earth. Dude, like when you get a freeze warning and they say cover your mouth so you don't freeze your vocal cords or anything, that cold. So everybody, all you can see is this.
And they expect you guys to play in that weather? Like what?
They had to play in it for a year. Was it 2 years?
It was 2 years. They had to play
2 years. They played outdoors because the University of Minnesota has an outdoor stadium.
Just for research
Right.
purposes.
That was because the dome had a hole in it, right?
Yeah, the snow caved in.
Crazy.
Nasty work.
Just for research purposes. Let's see when the Wolves.
Because they made a ceiling out of baggy to save money.
Man.
But the new one is nice.
What's the coldest weather game you ever played in, Leroy?
I was in Cleveland. The coldest I ever played, I was in Cleveland, and it was 2 degrees with a wind chill of something crazy. And the field was so frozen that I wore my turf shoes for the game. And I was the only one not slipping.
You know, this lines up perfectly.
I had rubber on the. Everybody else had those cleats, and they were sliding all over the place because the field was frozen. And I was like,
when is it coldest in Minnesota? Would you say?
February,
January.
January is the coldest month, I think.
Lines up perfectly. Early March, Minnesota trip down to Miami. It's gonna be fresh off his mind.
He'll pull Allen Iverson.
There's certain places that I lived up north where it'll snow in December, and that same snow will be there till the thaw. It never gets warm enough for the snow to melt. That was Minnesota. The first week I was there, 25 of the 30 days I was there, the temperature never got above 0. The first day, I had to get a ride because they plowed my truck, my SUV that I rented. All was sticking out was the side view mirrors. It was totally under snow. And then the guy say, "Oh, buddy, you can't park there."
Okay.
Now you telling me?
Okay.
That's brutal.
That's brutal. Very brutal. But here's my thing with you and Anthony Edwards.
What?
Not like we like to go into people's personal lives. But Anthony Edwards in Miami doesn't sound like a match made in heaven.
It doesn't?
Well, can I say this? We said the same thing about Zion in New Orleans, and he got in shape.
Oh, I'm not talking about shape-wise.
I'm just saying it's different vices.
I'm talking
different vices.
His
fat guy eating beignets.
Right, but Zion also has another vice that we were also worried about if he came down. And that's the same vice Anthony Edwards has.
He's got a porn star with a face tattoo.
I'm just saying, this guy
with his name on it.
He drops points and he drops babies as well. So I'm just saying, him in Miami. Because I remember, Allen Iverson when he was in Philadelphia I got him in trouble. He went out and was late for a practice, and Larry Brown was upset and didn't play him in a game against Miami, which was a televised game. Miami blew them out. And I asked Allen Iverson, was like, why did you step out? He was like, man, I live in cold ass Philadelphia. You damn right I'm going to step out when I'm in Miami. That was his exact answer.
Which is why March 7th lines up perfectly for an answer.
hey, wait. And that's that good weather down here. It's going to be blue skies, high of about 75.
Spring break is
what's better than March in South Florida?
And spring break.
Right before it's hot as hell. Like
what you said, March 7th, right?
Yep.
That spring is about to come. Spring break is happening.
Now, listen, I don't even know if I want them because, Terry Rozier and Tyler Herro, I mean, they're playing amazing right now. They're playing amazing basketball right now. I don't even, we'll see. We'll see. I don't even know if I want them.
Your attitude towards players changes with the weather. Because I tell you what, you are the first one to say, never wanted him. You remember we had to shoot you with the tranquilizer gun.
Dame?
Over Dame.
Blessing in disguise for old wash time.
Well, I mean, dude, you see what they're doing, though.
Do I see what they're doing? This Doc Rivers. What a heist. You want to talk about payroll bandits. Guy goes in there. How did he do this? That team sucks with him as coach. Doc, what the hell? Crazy, man. Take a break. Back after this. Wow, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat back in action tonight, taking on the New York Knicks. We got that for you here. 6:15 is your coverage. 7:30 is your tip from the Kaseya Center, as we will get the East rivals back at it tonight. Very intrigued to check out this match. You guys got anybody hurt tonight, Vlad? Is everybody good to go?
No, everybody's good to go.
Everybody's good to go from the new look New York Knicks and the Miami Heat. Actually got JRich back last game. It was kind of one of those things that slipped under the radar. He didn't play, but he was active. He was active. Haywood Highsmith played a hell of a game. And Spo's kind of got, it's an interesting thing right now because.
Is this something that's going on in the league where everybody's trying to go double-digit roster to start the season?
You mean like on rotation?
Yeah, like the Warriors wanted to do the 12-man. I see that the Heat played like 10 players on.
He's been sticking about 10.
Yeah.
He's been sticking about 10. Now, mind you, that is without Kevin Love. Kevin Love's been away from the team for personal reasons. But I don't know if Kevin Love just slips right in there and takes Thomas Bryant's minutes. I thought Thomas Bryant played a pretty good game. I know people got a little crazy because of his step back 3, but he also, I thought, brought damn good energy in that game. He also after getting a tip and that led to a Jimmy Butler and 1, he said he shouted at the camera, "I'm him," which I don't think has ever happened just for a tip out, but he was right. It kind of swung the game back in the Heat's favor. So it was a huge play by Thomas Bryant. Right now, it feels like that final spot has the last game in Charlotte, it went to Alec Burks. This past game, it went to Haywood Highsmith. If JRich, if there's a guard who's a bit pesky, a Jalen Brunson, maybe we see JRich out there a little bit tonight. I don't know. But I don't think he's going to venture too far off of it. I know everybody's being nutty by the idea that we haven't seen Kel'el Ware yet, which I kind of, I think there's been 3 things so far that we were wondering coming into this season. 1, was Bam really going to shoot threes? He hasn't really shot threes.
I don't think that 100's going to hit.
He hasn't really shot threes. He's 0 for 6, so I guess that averages out to 2 a game, which is exactly probably where you want it. He hasn't hit one yet, but it was the passing up of some shots that I was a little. I was like, yeah, come on, man, let that puppy go. Let it fly. Didn't. The pace. I saw this. Everybody was wondering, is the Heat going to be faster? Anthony Chang, at least as far as after the last Heat game, I think they're 29 out of 30 in pace. That hasn't really hit. And then the idea: are the Heat going to get bigger? They're not really playing. They're not going to play Kel'el Ware.
No,
so
I see that.
That's this. Oh, here's the injury report, by the way. Precious Achiuwa is out. Whew, good. He kicks Spo's ass every time he plays.
Really?
Oh, he hates Spo's
He's been
guts.
out since the season, so
He hates Spo's guts. Hates him. And Josh Hart, that ankle snatcher.
He'll play.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
Lower leg contusion.
He's fine.
He just plays.
He's gonna play.
Interesting. Intangibles.
Hey, how's Josh Hart's intangibles?
He just brings the intangibles. That's what he does.
But he's tangible already. He can't bring
Fair, but I mean, like, his game is intangibles. You would agree.
Well, yeah. But what do you? That's that's funny.
It's a conundrum.
You know what it is? When a tangible has intangible game, they call it intangibles. But when an intangible has intangibles,
Gritty.
they just call it gritty. Yeah, they call it grit.
Gritty and hustle. That's what they call it.
Chutzpah. Moxie.
So those are kind of 3 things that you're on the lookout for. Everybody's going. I think people are getting a little nutty with Bam's numbers, which don't look great to start the season. It's 3 games. I can't get nuts with it.
That's what I would say, but it's the fact that this is for me. Just looking at this team. Anytime this man averages 20 points to 10, there's a great chance the Heat are going to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been hearing that this team is Bam's. Like this, they want to put the onus, the focus on Bam. And it's like, okay, but does Bam really want to put the onus and focus on himself? Because there are times, like you said, he passed up shots and I'm like, damn, Bam, like go dominate, like take over.
The first game was weird. The first game was weird because he got to the free throw line a ton, but he didn't. So it looked like he didn't take a lot of shots. But that was also, I thought, he had to cover for a lot. Paolo was, abusing mismatches, and in the times like when he got to him, he was like throwing it to other dudes and stuff like that. So look, Orlando's off to a fantastic start. That was one of their tougher games. Certainly you would expect the Heat to go get the better of Charlotte and Detroit, which they did. I'm intrigued by tonight because I don't really know what to make of the Knicks yet. They're obviously, you got to give them some grace of blending together.
I don't think they'll be a good regular season team. They'll be a better playoff team.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's not Tibbs' thing, though, dude. He doesn't.
I know, but I just think it's good. It's just going to take them some time. But I think they'll be a better team towards the end of the season than they will be through the course.
We'll
of the
see.
regular season.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's such a different way to go from where they've been, and so it's going to be an interesting look tonight. But I also think that I want to. What I've been liking is the Miami Heat.
I love your backcourt. Your backcourt is.
They've been playing great.
They've been playing.
I'll tell you what I love. I loved the lobs that Terry was throwing. He had that half court one to Jimmy. He had that beautiful one to Bam. I think those were really impressive. But those guys, man, they were heat-seeking missiles for each other. Bam, Tyler, and Terry. Like people were questioning this, but the thing that makes them both dangerous. And I know Tyler's 3-point numbers weren't like impressive, but in certain games they both took double-digit attempts, and Spo loves that. Is there are going to be games where those guys are going to be on fire, like hit you 7, 8, like they won't be able to miss, and people want they're going to be able to create for each other, create for others, and I think that hasn't really been an issue.
One thing you look at the team now, you're not worried about guys getting their own basket. Like you have guys now that can get if they are one-on-one ISO, they can get to the paint, they can get their shot, they can create.
Mm-hmm.
I think before it was only Jimmy and Tyler.
Yeah.
But now you definitely have weapons, offensive weapons on the court. So you can't just focus on Jimmy, you can't focus on Bam because you got Tyler and Terry. And like you said, if those guys are they're on fire, that takes a lot of stress off of Jimmy and Bam. They could be like, I can focus on the defensive end.
But the thing is, like with this offense that I'm curious about, like the next element, which I want Bam to bring to the table with this 3-point shot is like, I want him to have, just like Nico. Like Nico has not been shooting it great, but he ain't scared to shoot. Like get the ball, put that thing up. Let's go, dude. That's what I want to see. I want to see that. That's what I'm intrigued by. But I know that the things haven't quite a finalized shaken out. And I gotta tell you, like, man, one guy whose shot looks good early on is Jaime. Jaime's looked right. He's put a lot. It looks like he's put a lot of work in. Again, just like with the bad, you can't do crazy with the good because it's 3 games, but it just looks pure. He looks like he trusts it more early on. So that's been a pretty exciting element to check out as well. All right, we'll take a break. Mixed bag. Charles Barkley. He's given his review of the D Wade statue. That's next. All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Let's mix it on up here. Before we do that, I want to let you guys know we're giving you a chance to win a pair of 3-day passes to go to Tortuga Music Festival, April 4th, 5th, and 6th on Fort Lauderdale Beach. You guys can see Jelly Roll, Keith Urban, Luke Combs, and more. To enter, text the word PALM to 20357, PALM to 20357. Text PALM to 20357, 20357. For more info, go to WQM.com. It's a text contest, message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. All right. Of course, the buzz topic of the week has been Dwyane Wade, the great Dwyane Wade, getting his statue in front of the Kaseya Center. It has been getting universally ripped. And to no surprise yesterday, his guy, Charles Barkley, who, of course, was his guy. I don't know how tight they are anymore. They used to do T-Mobile
You don't
commercials
think
together.
he's on his T5?
I don't think so. But that is a great commercial.
What happened to everybody's fave? Was it Fave 5?
Fave 5. Your Fave 5. What was it? Free texting calls to anybody in your Fave 5?
Yeah.
That's how it worked?
Yeah.
Well, Charles Barkley, to harken back to that commercial, he's telling you, get that statue out of here.
But obviously a great honor for D Wade.
It's a great honor, but they got to take that thing down.
No, it was animated.
No, not animated.
If you made an animated face and then they made a bronze statue.
If you made an ugly statue, that's what it would look like. That thing's awful.
It's not awful. Look, he's making an animated face.
Yeah.
I know. It's a moment.
That was after he saw the statue right there. that's the face he made after he saw that.
One of the best reactions I saw was that, look, if you showed that to 1,000 people and didn't say who just got a statue, would you ever say, oh yeah, that's Dwyane Wade? I would have said Dwyane Wade making an animated face.
Hey, Kenny, the statue was so bad they had to put all his stats behind it so you know who it was.
That guy, hey, shout out to the statue maker, man.
Yeah, shout out to the statue maker.
You put all that time in it, y'all gonna kill him.
Get your education next time.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
That was
jeez. Wow. I don't look, again, I've said this all week. I don't think it's that bad, but I thought Rocky 5 was good. Like, I can't, if everybody thinks that the statue stinks, I guess I don't know what to tell you. I went to it the other day too. I took the close-up exam. I'm like, and my final take of it going away was I think there's a side to it. I think head on, I guess it looks good, but no one's going to look at it head on because nobody is 8 feet tall. But like, I think the one angle that you look at it, it's a little harsher than it is when you look at it from the right side. It looks like D Wade.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, it does.
But Tobin, shouldn't, like, whatever angle you look at the statue, should it not look like the person?
I guess, but it's also, I think it's a hard thing to do. I think it's hard to make, like, how many statues are that intense?
Okay. Well, this is what I thought. It's a statue, not a bust. But maybe they should have gotten the people from Canton, Ohio, too.
Yes, they are good.
They are very good in getting.
But these guys did the Michael Jordan statue.
But it's not hard to do a Jordan statue. He's bald.
But it's not the hair, it's the
put
jaw.
jaundice on the eyes.
Everybody says, though, this is the thing. This is where they went. Like, everybody says it's the jaw. That's where everybody goes to. And D Wade, that was his idea. Like, he wanted it to be intense. He said down to the bubble gum that's in his mouth. Like, I don't know. Just maybe it was too detailed. I think that's probably, if they would have gone with less details, you're looking at me crazy, but I'm saying, like, if they went less details, then it wouldn't have gotten as many critiques.
But that's weird because if they were detailed to like the fine comb, they should.
But the thing is like it's flexed. Like, I think that looks like D Wade. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I think that looks like him. But
you know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it is. And this is pause worthy, but it is. I think D Wade's such a good looking person,
right,
that this statue doesn't. That's what it is.
Well, he's also like, we don't see him angry ever. Like, he's always kind of got like
we've seen him angry, but it's not like that.
Not like that. That's one of his most intense moments, though. I don't know. I thought it looked cool. I know I'm in the bag for D Wade. That's what's gonna happen when he's we got the street named after him, and he's coming up to me afterwards. Goosey's moment on best birthday present ever. But what are you gonna do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Everybody hates it.
But I love how you. But you know what, Tobin? I give you credit, man. When you were in the locker room and you asked Jimmy, "Hey, what do you think about that D-Wade statue?" Jimmy gave you a smile, and he was like, "Oh, I think it's cool." But it was just that smile was like,
I'm sure he's killed him. I'm sure plenty. Has LeBron said anything about it? LeBron hasn't said anything about it.
I don't think they've asked LeBron. I think maybe.
But he hadn't said anything on social media about it. What Stephen A? Stephen A was there. Did Stephen A rip it?
I didn't hear Stephen A.
I got to find out what he said about it too.
But I don't think Bron.
I haven't seen anybody defend it. Nobody has come out publicly and said.
They ripped it. Jeff Teague and his Club 520 podcast.
That's a good podcast.
That's a good podcast. They ripped it. Gil and them ripped it. Yeah, like,
crazy.
Hey, wait, is the Kobe statue? Look, that was the Kobe statue outside Staples or now Crypto?
Well, they have multiple statues of Kobe. The one that's like, I don't know which one they did. I think they did the one that just got revealed because D-Wade said
the 24 when he shot it.
Because D-Wade said that when he went to go visit the factory, which he said he went 4 times, 4 hours apiece, that the Kobe statue was being made at the same time. I don't know. Speaking of D-Wade, Eric Spoelstra, he was asked by our own Solana after before the last game about the This Is My House game. And Spo, he gave the goods on it. And especially trying to teach his kids who are 6 and 4 years old, his sons. He has a baby daughter. But his sons, I guess, are into basketball cards. Let me tell you something. I saw little Spo, his 6-year-old. Kid's got handles already. Already, dude. I was watching him before the red, white, and pink game. I was like, Jesus, this kid could cross up Tyler Herro. Crazy. Anyway, he was asked about the This Is My House game, and this was Spo trying to explain that game to the play and the game to his kids. Here was the Heat head coach.
I mean, first of all, like the steal on the play, like you either get that steal or it's just like such an over gamble, where you're going to leave the weak side defense totally exposed. But that's what it eventually became a rule that I carry on to today. Like it's something that I've always mentioned with Jimmy that I express to everybody else. If you have the talent and the instincts and the ability to make one of those plays, do it. We want you to do it, but you better make it. Because if you don't, it's just a wide open shot or play. But it was electrifying. I was watching it the other day with my kids. They've been showing all these highlights over and over, and they've never seen him play, but it's amazing. They have his cards, and my youngest son, Dwayne's his favorite player. I mean, he's 4 years old. He's always asking, is Dwyane Wade going to play tonight? I'm like, no, he's yeah, I wish. But then my older son, who's 6, he's like, "What did you say right there?" Because when he stole it and made it, I said, "I'm like, don't worry about that. Pan on to the next one." But that's what those moments are. They're moments. They're the ones you always remember. All right, thank you.
He said "ish," by the way, guys.
Yes.
2 things watching that video. What in the Benjamin Buttons going on with Spo? How's he aging and looking younger?
I don't know.
He looked older in that video.
Well, it was the suits. He had the big ass suits back then. That's why. Like remember, it was his rookie year. He didn't have that.
That was his first season?
That was his first or second season. I don't remember. It was 2009. No, it was his. It was.
That'd be second.
Yeah, it was. No, that was his first season. 08, 09. Because that was March of 09, right? Yeah, I think that was his first season.
Okay. Wow, he got the wow.
Because then it was 9-10 was the last year before the big 3,
right?
And then the big 3, 10-11.
Was 9-10 the elimination to the Raptors?
9-10. No, that was years later. That was 9-10 was they got gentlemen swept by the Celtics.
Okay.
And D-Wade said, I can guarantee this is the last time I'm going out in the first round in a while. He knew it was coming.
They all did.
He knew it was coming, dude. Funny enough, though, he mentions that gamble play to Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler talked about this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was like the Heat. Their big thing is they're trying to get after it with steals.
That was your question.
Yeah, and he was like, he goes, I want us all to gamble. So it's funny enough where Jimmy Butler's like talking about this, and Spo has these rules, and the way that he's explained it is on this team there's the rules and Jimmy Butler's rules, but Jimmy Butler wants everybody to follow his rules.
Basketball, when you see all of your teammates kind of buy into that, how much do you like that as a team leader?
I love it. Gamble. You just got to get like 4 out of 6. You can up 2. Spo will probably get mad, but if you get 4 out of 6, you can't be too mad. I want all the gambling in the world. That's what I do. I want everybody else to follow suit.
Man.
Okay, see, this is where you can understand why Jimmy and management have problems. If the coaching staff is telling you, I don't like it, but Jimmy's like, if you do it 4 out of 6 times, he might be upset, but at least you did it 4 out of 6 times.
This is one of those things, though, where, like, you know, he's taken Nico under his wing.
Oh, yeah.
And so Nico's like, you know, because if Jimmy does it,
I can do it.
No problem. But if Nico does it, Spo's going to crush him and not play him anymore. But, like, every night you're seeing Jimmy's taking Nikola Jovic out to dinner. And so, you know, he's going to try and follow the Jimmy Butler rules, which I kind of like. But I don't know if that's there's gonna be a game where he's gonna put Nico in the doghouse for.
I feel bad for Nico because who does he not listen to? Does he not listen?
You gotta listen to Jimmy.
He has to listen to Jimmy, but he has to listen to his coaches. He's after.
I think Leroy will tell us, because I remember he's told the story many times where you know, he would break off routes because Bernie Kosar told him to, and his coach was Belichick, and he goes, "Who do I choose there? I gotta go with Bern." So I think Nico's gonna go with Jimmy. I don't know. Speaking of the NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers were fined yesterday.
Really?
$100,000 for their little maintenance program for Joel Embiid, their public comments about Joel Embiid. And Nick Nurse was asked about it and got very snippy with the media. Here was the Sixers head coach.
Obviously, we got to worry about Joel and Paul. In terms of their participation in practice today, were they able to do any live 5-on-5 or anything like that today?
You guys got the update. They were in parts of practice.
On
we go.
Sorry,
apologies, but go ahead.
Sorry, it sounded like you guys went pretty hard for a good chunk of time today during practice. What was the focus, or what were we trying to hone in on?
Just trying to establish and maintain some type of identity and toughness of who we want to be and who we are and how we want to play, which finally showed up there 3 games in. Just staying on that track.
With Joel's plan,
I'm not going to answer. Go ahead. Anybody else got anything?
What was
they've given you the updates on that, right? They've given you the updates on Joel.
All right. I am a little confused as to why they got fined, though. Like, I think it's one of these things where I guess Joel came out directly and said he wasn't going to play back-to-backs. But he is legitimately hurt, I would assume, because, I mean, he's missed the first 4 games of the season. This seems very, very strange. But the NBA, obviously the NBA is dealing with a big problem with player maintenance and guys playing. The ratings are down, all that stuff. And then on top of it, they stupidly bank on the Philadelphia 76ers for national TV games, which is, I mean, that's your problem, guys. You should have known that off the bat. But either way, yeah, Nick Nurse, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like that, if you guys came out with this plan from the jump, you got to know that the Philadelphia media is going to ask you about that. I don't know what you're getting all snippy about.
He's just snippy, then.
Snippy.
Nick Nurse doesn't look like he's been happy ever since he won that title in 19.
Why would you be?
I don't know.
The guy got lightning in a bottle. They sent Dwayne Casey packing. This guy ended up with the greatest Kawhi Leonard season of all time.
I mean, yeah.
Crazy.
And he's the guy that and he's the coach that had Joel Embiid cry to the locker room.
He was. That's true. And now he's like, oh, who am I believing in here? Oh, Joel and Paul George. They're like, oh my God. Yeah, Paul George.
By the way, did you see them? Like, they're not a big team.
No, because it's like the Heat. They got Joel Embiid, but they're having Caleb Martin play power forward.
They have Caleb Martin playing the 4, and I'm like, Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre at your wings are not it's not going to win you a title.
Yeah, it's I mean, Caleb's like shown that he can be a playoff player. He did blow that game last year. Free chicken at the free throw line. Idiot. But either way, it's not so much that. It's just like, it's the stars, dude. You can't rely on them. He's going to get hurt again. It's like, it's tough to say, but I just don't know how many years. He's 30. How many times are you going to do this with him? It's ridiculous. And then on top of it, Paul George, another one who's infamously Mr. 4 to 6. Go trust him if you want to, Stan Van Gundy. Take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines. Dolphins, of course, getting ready for it's kind of the final stand of their season, really, coming up this Sunday. Get into that coming up next. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let's get off to some headlines here. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, the Sorrento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Miami Dolphins, of course, getting ready for the Buffalo Bills coming up this Sunday. I got to be honest with you. I saw yesterday, I don't know if it's changed, but they were only 6-point dogs. For some reason, I thought this was going to be a much bigger spread.
Hey, I think a lot of the spreads are crazy. The Jets are favoring 1 point over the Texans.
2, actually, right now.
Oh, because Diggs is now out.
Diggs is out. I don't know.
What kind of cuckoo is going on right
Thursday
now?
night football, quick turnaround. They got to travel.
I don't care. And I'm shocked that the Bills are only a 6. That is because
I thought it was going to be like not double digits, but it was going to teeter there. I thought it was going to be like 8-9. I thought it was going to be 8-9.
I thought it would be over a touchdown, like 7.5 maybe.
Yeah, I thought they were going to, it's just, man.
Maybe they, you know what? They liked what they saw probably with Tua in his first game back. And
yeah, I liked a lot of what I saw from Tua.
cold.
I liked a lot from what I saw from Tua too. It's like this is one of the things that's been unfortunate about this Dolphins season. It's frustrating to watch it play out the way that it has because because nobody wants to hear this about the team because you're 2-5. F it. Like, who wants to hear about, oh, we were kind of close. Oh, we were because you could go back and you could be like, yeah, but you were kind of close to losing to the Patriots and Jags too. You could literally be 0-7, which is a fair thing. The majority of their games have been coin flips. But this was just like coming out of the Colts, the Patriots and Colts games. You're like, yeah, I kind of like how the run game. They were trying to do this on the broadcast the entire time. Like, well, the Dolphins are actually, better positioned. And you see how they've been running the football, which has been really, really effective. Now you add Tua to the fold, and you're like, man, like there's elements to them that you have to be liking what they're finding every single game. But the thing that has just been so frustrating about this Dolphins team, it's not necessarily that there aren't elements that you like. Even if you look at their defense and say, yeah, it's kind of beefed up by taking on lousy quarterbacks. But it's the critical errors that they have made in every single one of these losses has just been, it's been mind-numbing to see how they could go out there and just blow it. You even think back to the Seattle game and you're like, man, they even had their chances then, and they were just so inept with not having Tua. You couldn't take advantage of getting a turnover on the 6. You couldn't take advantage of making it a 1-score game, but getting a crazy Zach, because even their turnovers have been wild. Like, they don't turn over the football very much as far as creating turnovers, and the ones that they have almost been like fluky bad. It's been crazy, like bat up in the air. Fall. One was like Will Levis throwing it right to Emmanuel Ogba's legs. Been a very, very strange season. I will acknowledge that for this Dolphins season. It's been very strange. It has been but it is what it is. Like, you're sitting here at a time where you're 2-5, your biggest rival's 6-2. You're walking into their building. They've dragged you like through the mud every single time you face this team outside of one game at the start of Mike McDaniel's tenure, and even dropping back all through Josh Allen's career. He's used the Dolphins like a chew toy. They're a plaything to him. They're not even a respectable opponent. They have gone out there every single time, and he's like, oh, new toy, shakes the stuffing out of him. He doesn't even respect the Dolphins as an item, and he shouldn't. And like, I don't know what legitimate thing I could tell a Dolphin fan to say, yeah, I feel good about going into Buffalo and winning that game. It's just at this point. Like last year going into last year's games, I felt froggy because I was like, hey, those games 2 years ago about against the Bills, those were close games. You won the game. We were laughing at the Bills fan for mocking the sun. And oh, it's so hot out. Like, it just invented sun down here. You had a close game on the road in Buffalo, and then you were you showed feistiness in a playoff game with Skylar Thompson starting. But then to just get thumped the way they did last year, and make it seem, not even close. And then this was supposed to be the year This was supposed to be the year that Buffalo took a step back. And they're watching. They have to feel, obviously without the Super Bowls, but they have to feel like the Patriots did for so many years. We're like, oh, this is the year that the Dolphins feel a little froggy. Watch out, Patriots. This is the year the Jets feel a little froggy. And then just every year, the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills would just urinate themselves, and the Patriots didn't even have to try that hard to win the division. That's exactly how Buffalo has to be feeling right now. Like, they're sitting here, they got rid of their receivers, they got a TikToker as their number 2 receiver in Mac Hollins, and, you know, they're always losing defenders by the wayside, yet somehow, this Sean McDermott, he has put Mike McDaniel in the high chair, and it's just like, here comes the airplane. Brrr, you won't get any pay. You won't get any place to Tyreek Hill. Brrr, eat this, Mike McDaniel. This was supposed to be the year that the Dolphins would pass them. This was supposed to be the year the Jets would pass them. This was supposed to be a down year for the Buffalo Bills. And yet, here we sit nearly halfway through the season, and they are sitting pretty. It is insane to me that we have gotten to this point. And as much as I'd like to sit there and be like, oh, come on. Like, what are the odds this misfortune is going to continue? I don't know, dude. What are the odds it's not going to continue? How can I hope that the Dolphins aren't going to be there? The thing that's going to be the most cruel is not even just getting smoked by Buffalo this weekend. All right? That would be the merciful thing to do. Go into this game, get down 2 touchdowns, have no hope. But there's some part of me that feels like
keep it close.
Not only Vlad, there's part of me that's like the Dolphins will go out there, they'll get a lead. They'll be tied. And then somewhere in the fourth quarter, something crazy is going to happen, and they'll blow it. I don't know what. You know, we'll play wheel around, and we go, and it could stop on Jalen Waddle for a fumble this week. Could be the cheetah himself. Could be Tua again. I don't know.
Jason Sanders missed field goal.
Yeah, it's going to be something like that. Like that, I'm just like trying to what's the theme of this season? And the theme of this season has just been simply like heartbreak. You've gone into these games and you're like, this team sucks. They should handle this. And nope. And dude, do you know how bad a team you are as the Miami Dolphins? How bad you are that you lost to a team in Indianapolis with a quarterback they didn't even want to play. Well, they forced to play him. The guy's like, I don't want to play this guy. And so but you know you have to because he's the 4th pick. And so here he is. They give him 1 week, and they're like, let's get out of here. You lost to that team. You lost to Mason Mother Bleeping Rudolph.
Everybody's had bad losses, man.
Dude, not like this, though. Not like this.
I mean, dude, my team lost, and they didn't commit a turnover.
All right, maybe you guys.
Okay,
maybe you guys.
Listen,
maybe you guys.
Okay. How about this? We're at the halfway point. Maybe the teams we rooted for are just not as good as we thought they were going to be.
Hard to argue. I mean,
your record is who you are. You know, you are what your record says. And right now, 2-5, going to Buffalo, road game in the division. This is what the fork in the road right now. Like, if you go 2-6, by the way, everybody, go check out Tobin's YouTube page on YouTube.
Thanks, man.
Channel's called Tobin. And Tobin was talking about Stephen Ross, and he put the money out this season. The man spent a ridiculous amount of money in ensuring that the pieces that needed to be here for the Dolphins to continue to make pushes for a Super Bowl title are in place. They haven't reciprocated the
not at all
the favor.
Not at all. Like, here's the thing with the Stephen Ross thing with spending a lot of money too. It's not even spending the money on Tua. Okay. People who have their worries about it, I get it. Durability issue certainly bit them in the ass already. But I get that. That was going to be a hot topic. There is an element of, hey, you got to make a decision here. Is this your guy? Is this not your guy? Tua was very clearly Mike McDaniel's guy. Okay. And as an organization, you have to decide which way you're going to go. But even that, we had to give Cheetah a raise. We had to restructure Jalen Ramsey. We had to give Waddle the extension. And you're thinking to yourself, all right, so all these guys, and then Mike McDaniel got an extension on top of all of it. And if I'm Stephen Ross, I have to be thinking to myself, I feel like I was duped. Because, first of all, he hasn't gotten to do his favorite touchdown dance in a damn year.
Is he ever going to do it?
I don't know. But he hasn't gotten to do the waddle. I've been talking about this, and everybody was like, don't you say anything about Jalen Waddle. Don't you do it. And I'm not saying it because I don't love Jalen Waddle, because, again, guys, I cannot stress this enough. I wish Jalen Waddle nothing but the best. He's one of my favorite Dolphins. However, one has to wonder, where the hell is he? So, I don't know. I'm just sitting here, and I find this. I've Dave Staff says, you asked if he ever made a tough catch, which I'm still waiting for evidence. You sent me one game against the Ravens, which was like he snuck it over somebody's head. I don't know. And that was 2 years ago, Dave South. I'm sitting here and I wonder, how does he not? If he's not frustrated, if Stephen Ross is not frustrated, because obviously he's very wealthy. He just sold 10% of his team for billions. His team, his building, his events. No one's got to go out there and worry about his money. But how are you not pissed? How? I don't know. Maybe you don't care that much. I know that he's not Jerry Jones. He doesn't do the radio shows every week. I honestly think it's probably been one of the better positive things for his PR, because whenever he did get in front of microphones, he would say some ludicrous things. So it's probably best that he doesn't say things. I'm not demanding answers from Stephen Ross, because I know that they would be crazy. In fact, the one thing that he said publicly this year, the one thing he told Kim Bokamper and Steve Goldstein on the broadcast, I think this is a Super Bowl team if healthy. And I don't know how you can convince yourself of that. I don't know.
So if you're Stephen Ross and Chris Greer and the management, and you happen to lose to Buffalo on Sunday, do you start taking calls, or are you making calls to trade some players and get some equity back for next year's draft?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the thing with here's the thing, Vlad, when you pay everybody, right? Like the question is, like, who is the guy that they have that's on the cheap that you could get a lot for? Like, they don't have a Laramie Tunsil. They don't have a guy necessarily who you'd be like, oh, you could get a haul for that guy. Who's the young piece?
Because here's the thing, people seem to forget. That money that they signed, it's not for this season. They didn't start this season. It starts next season.
I know. Schmieden says Javon Holland. And here's the thing with Javon Holland, though, Schmieden.
You're not going to get much for him. He's banged up so much.
He's always hurt. And it's like a safety. Like, what are you getting for a safety? Like, I guess if some team thinks he's definitely like the piece, I guess he's the guy. But I don't think you're getting a haul for him. I think that's kind of crazy.
You're not getting second or third for Javon.
I don't think so. The only guy I think, honestly, if they lose this weekend, God, what a depressing topic to talk about. If they lose this weekend, the only guy they should do right by is Calais.
Yeah.
They should say, hey, and they shouldn't even like talk about the haul. They should be like, hey, where you want to go? You tried. We appreciate it. You don't deserve this.
I will tell you this.
You don't deserve this. Go. Like, and wherever it is, even if he told you Buffalo, which nobody would tell you Buffalo because he's not going to want to live in Buffalo. But even if he did tell you Buffalo, you should do right by him.
Yeah, if he said send him to Kansas City, just send him to Kansas City.
100%. He deserves it, and he deserves that.
Let me tell you this. I don't think Calais Campbell gets more. He deserves more love. I don't think he gets the love that he deserves, because you're a new person on a new team, and you've had to speak up and be the face to the media for the franchise, to the media. He's always spoken up. He's always speaking up. And it's unfair for him because he didn't come to the situation to have to be the guy that's always have to to talk and be like, all right, we're struggling. Yeah. He's always the voice of reason. He's always
class personified.
Absolutely class
leader.
Personified. And I feel bad for him because I don't think this wasn't what he was brought in for.
Definitely not. And it happens sometimes. Like, it does. I get it. Like he thought, what a great story. I'm going to get to go to my home team, my college town and crush it. But I don't know. And El Burre says Tobin is a rat off a ship. Look, I'm not a rat off a ship. In fact, I'm going down with the violins. But I'm going to just tell you, just because I'm on the ship doesn't mean I'm a rat with a lot of faith right now. I have no reason to have faith. They need to show faith. And the thing is like the Dolphin fan, they've gotten themselves excited week after week after week. Oh, we're taking on Indianapolis this week. Should be able to handle this one. Nope, 2 fumbles. One from your star running back, one from your fullback. Oh, okay. Well, we're getting Tua back. This should be the week. Nope. Ball hits him right in the hand. Safety. Like, just bad teams, dude. Just the behavior of a bad football team. We'll take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let me tell you guys, Tortuga Music Festival is April 4th, 5th, and 6th, and we're giving you a chance to win a 3-day pass. All you got to do is text the word PALM to 20357. Text the word PALM to 20357. You guys text that. You guys are entered to win. Go to WQAM.com for more info. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Get to 15 minutes of Gameday Uncensored here, which is brought to you by the Lexus RX, the luxury SUV for those who never want to lose their edge. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Leroy is back, but I don't know where he went. He went off. He was here. Glad he was here during the break.
He texted. I mean, messaged us.
He messages. I see him. I see his chair. He's back, but he's not back.
You know, he had to get us something to eat.
Probably had to get a sandwich or something. Yeah. I don't know. Who's to say where he's at right now? But anyway, we got World Series that continues tonight. Game 5 from the Bronx. First pitch is set for 8:08. Crazy. I can't believe what happened last night with that dude trying to snatch off.
That was nasty work, man. Nobody better give this guy any props. I don't care. No, that's not New York fans.
The thing that's crazy is he's sitting here being like, oh, yeah, we thought this out the whole time. He's like, this is our chance.
Premeditated. Like, come on.
This is our chance. Even if you have season tickets, like, you know, foul ball, when you're not at a Marlins game, foul ball is not very common to come your way. Foul balls are not very common. Yeah, look, I was a Marlins season ticket holder. I went to every game. I had one, Vlad. I had one, and it wasn't even one that hit me. You know where I got it? Bounced off because the Marlins had a rubber track. So it bounced off the rubber bullpen track. Boom, got it. So it's not very common, but this guy's been plotting this entire time. And and he's like, this is my time.
Him and his buddy. That's the other thing.
Him and his buddy, Capabianco. That's crazy to me. All right, he's back. Hey, buddy.
What was that?
What happened? What did you read the riot act to Cleveland? Like what was
No. It was running a little late, and then I did the segment with Sean King. And then we started talking about our old stomping grounds because he went to Tulane, and he had one of my high school coaches was coaching there. So we just start chopping it up a little bit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He got a little bit of that Dante Culpepper in him.
Did you refrain from yourself?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
No, man, come
on. How is everybody feeling? Is everybody froggy and so happy that it's now Jameis Winston over there?
You got a little bit of mix of things. Like people like, oh man, now we not gonna be able to get a high draft pick. And I'm like, the hardest position in the world to fill is quarterback. If you got a guy that is playing the type of quarterback that you've been waiting to see, who cares about a draft pick? You got a guy on your team. I'm like, it's weird how people think sometimes, right? Like just because you have a high draft pick don't mean that it's going to work out, right? There's a lot of draft. Look at what San Francisco did to get Trey Young. I mean, Trey Lance. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like it don't always work out. So you got something that's working. Why don't you just hope that it works out? And then you could he's only 30 years old. Joe Flacco was 38.
I don't know, dude.
What?
I don't know.
And then Sean broke it down. That we made, it seem like Jameis was a turnover machine. He had that 1 year, right? Then he was going to be the starter in New Orleans. He tore his ACL. At that point in time, he was 14 touchdowns, 3 picks. Since then, he's been 22 and 11. So, like, while we sitting here and we have this narrative, don't let the facts and the stats get in the way of you making your point. So, yeah, that's why I got a little. So everybody's like, "Oh, did not know that." I said, "Did not know that because it didn't make your point."
Didn't Jameis Winston also though tell everybody on Cleveland to play for the name on the back of their jersey and the decal on their helmet, and then realized mid-speech he goes, "Well, we don't have any decals."
That's just him, man. Like listen,
we must protect him.
I would say this. I would say this. That as crazy as he sounds, he's always coming from a good place.
He means well.
Right? I played 18 holes with him a couple years ago.
How was that?
It just shocked at how pleasant he was. You know? So people like said, when I played a younger guy, said I thought I would have maybe tried to develop the young guy, but not after I saw what I saw. Like, facts change.
The facts have changed, dude.
Yeah.
They have. We'll take a break. Get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a ship is next. All right. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We got a 4-pack of Heat tickets to give you.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hey, guys.
Why are you smiling?
You'll see.
We got a 4-pack of Heat tickets to give you guys. We got we'll give that away before the end of the show. It is to Heat Kings on November 4th. We'll get to Jennifer's topics here in just a second for Rats Off a Ship. But this is kind of cool. The Miami Heat are going to honor before the game from Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. He says the Heat will honor Bam Adebayo, Nikola Jovic, and Eric Spoelstra by holding medal recognition night before Monday's game against the Kings. Adebayo and Spoelstra won gold for Team USA. Jovic won the bronze. Now, I wonder if they're going to give banners for both, because it says that the belief is Bam Adebayo is expected to get his second Olympic gold banner in the Kaseya Center rafters. He would be the first Heat player in franchise history with 2 such banners.
Wait a minute.
So no banner for Jovic for the bronze.
Didn't D-Wade win 2 gold medals?
No, he was on the bronze team. Remember that he was on that team and then on the Redeem team.
He didn't make the 2018?
2008 was the Redeem team. 2004 won bronze.
Oh, so he wasn't on 12 then?
No, LeBron was.
Ah, okay. Wow, that's weird. I'm shocked that D-Wade was on the 12 team.
He was dealing with a lot of injuries after that summer. He was like,
They won the title that year.
I know, but he was like,
okay,
enough for me.
Okay, I got you.
That's enough basketball for me. Take a break. Whew, sit my ass down this summer. Anyway, JFig, what do we have today for Rats Off a Ship?
Well, let's begin with Bam Adebayo hitting a 3 tonight.
They're over under?
Let me see.
It's a half. And let me check.
It's got to be a half, right?
Is it a prize pick? Is it a
That's
prize
what I'm
pick
looking
with a demon on it?
Point
0.5?
Oh, yeah. Let me see. I'll tell you if it's a demon.
Let's see. Little demon on it.
If it's a demon, I'm on it.
Hold on. Let me see.
Player props. We got
Forward.
threes. Bam Adebayo tonight. His over under is set at a half. It's at plus 160 if you go over.
Let me see.
I'm not Rats Off a Ship. I'm not Rats Off a Ship. In fact, how about this? With Cat in town, I say Bam Adebayo hits 2 3-pointers tonight. Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. Leroy, where are your rats? Does Bam Adebayo hit a 3 tonight?
I'm not Rats Off a Ship because I've been a big fan of Bam shooting threes. However, he needs to get into some kind of groove. So maybe hitting the open 3 will get him going. So I'm not Rats Off a Ship.
Jennifer?
I agree. I'm also not Rats Off the Ship.
All right. What about you, Vlad? You, of course, are going to be rooting from this from another angle tonight.
No, you know I'm betting money on this. I'm not Rats Off. I need Bam to hit some threes. Bam's got he's got the points over total that is so tempting. Like you're like, oh yeah, I'm taking the over. And then when you look at the game, you're like, wait a minute, Bam. Why are you 3 points away from hitting the mark? Why?
Over under is only 14.5.
That's what I'm saying. It's been going down. It started the season.
It's been going down. It started like 17. He ain't been close yet.
Against Orlando in every game. It's been going down.
Everyone's worried that they think it's the Terry Tyler show because Jimmy's getting.
He did get a double. He did get a double though. So a double. So he's.
Yeah.
And he's getting to the free throw line, so you know he could get at least 6 to 8 points from the free throw from the charity line.
But
just make a cut like 1-3.
Leroy,
bro.
Look who's in the paint tonight, dude. Come on, that dude is a turnstile. Old grandma arms.
He can shoot.
He can shoot. He can't defend a lick.
He can shoot.
He can shoot. Little cat. Bam Adebayo shootout. I got Bam hitting 2 tonight. He's hitting 2 tonight. I feel a big Bam game coming on. Telling you, I feel it. Feel it in my plums. JFig, what's number 2? Don't look at me like that. You're muted, JFig.
Sorry, I was coughing. JJ Redick actually being a good coach. The Lakers are 3-1.
Okay, dude. All right. A little bit strong here, huh? We're already saying, is he a good coach? I tell you what, You would have thought that he's the next coming of Pat Riley, the way ESPN treated him. Did you guys hear JJ Redick do this? Did you hear JJ Redick do that?
Well,
he talks about the basketballs. He yells at LeBron. Punting.
Huh? Punting?
If you're a former colleague, you're gonna show love for your former colleague. You know, you do that too.
Be objective. Be objective, dude. You know, let's
Let's
talk.
He's being objective right now.
I just want to be clear. I've never wished anything against JJ Redick. Okay, I've never wished anything against JJ Redick. All I've said is it was just enough of JJ Redick because he's just been all over the place. And now my greatest fears have come to light, which is JJ Redick, head coach of the Lakers. Now there's even more JJ Redick, and I never had anything against JJ Redick in the first place, but it's enough of JJ Redick. The point being is, rats off a ship. I'm not going to sit here all of a sudden and crown him a good coach 4 games in. That's ridiculous. I mean, if you would have sat here and been like, oh, make a determination, good coach, not a good coach, I'm going to say not a good coach. We'll see. We'll see. I know one thing. The guy's out there, he's just making Kodak moments out there, and he's got to go out there and do whatever LeBron tells him to do because he's a puppet. That's what he's got to do. Podcast hosting puppet.
What is
anything else?
Percentage right now?
For now.
Anything else?
For now. What do you got, Leroy? What do you think?
I'm not rats off a ship. It's 4 games. You don't know one way or another.
JFig?
I also agree with Leroy. I'm not rats off.
Vlad?
So what's the question? Are we rats off a ship because they're 3-1?
The question
actually
is
a good coach?
JJ Redick actually being a good coach is the topic.
It's too early to say. It's 4 games.
It is too early to say.
It's too early to say.
Sounds like you're rats off a ship.
I'm not. No, I'm not even on the boat. I'm not on the boat. No,
not even thinking about it.
Who wants to make a determination?
I need to make a determination. Exactly. 4 games? Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Interesting.
If we did that, then Mike McDaniel would be Don Shula.
Well, can be deceptive, can it? Can go both ways.
It can go both ways.
What's number 3, Jennifer?
All right, guys, don't judge me, but there is don't do that. There is a latest fashion trend that I don't approve of, but
are you gonna show us
bum cleavage?
Bum cleavage.
Bum cleavage.
Bum cleavage.
So what? Showing more of the cake?
Showing a little booty crack. Yep.
Wait. Oh,
like
showing
the plumber's
the crack.
Yep.
That's what we call a plumber's crack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
Showing the plumber's crack.
That's become the latest fashion trend, apparently.
Can I see? You do have a picture?
I do not.
I don't want to get us ripped off.
I don't want to do that.
YouTube, but I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could peruse it on the company computer.
It depends on.
Please do it in the company computer.
Hey, it depends on how lovely the cakes are.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Oh.
And also, yeah.
But here's what I would say.
If it was Astron, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But
Now you're participating, Leroy.
Let me explain something to you.
No, you can't be leaning back when you talk about this.
It's never Astron. It's the big ones. Vlad, am I lying?
You're right. This man's not lying.
It's the big ones.
I will say the AAA guy who came to my house yesterday, a tall Australian guy, he was not afraid to show the cheeks. And I was like,
So you showing those Aussie cheeks?
Where the belt?
Tall Australian guy.
Yep.
So you're saying it wasn't worth it?
Full moon.
But that's what I'm saying. It's never. Listen, the hot girls don't need to show nothing. It's the fringe girls that have their booty out.
Because they be showing everything, though. What are you talking about? The whole trend now is just showing everything.
Wow.
I'm going to go rats off a ship because I feel like down here in Miami, they've been showing cheeks here for a long time. So if this is the latest,
this is nothing new.
Nothing new here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rats off a ship too because that's just like when you go to the nude beach. You think you're gonna see one thing there, but you see a lot of boobies hanging underneath armpits.
You've been to a nude beach?
Huh?
What?
Walking by. I wasn't participating.
All over. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, hey, they be laying in the sun like this.
What do you want them to do?
Don't let nobody catch you out there, huh?
Huh?
What do you want
Don't
them to
let
do?
anyone catch you out there.
Yeah, but I don't want them in the sand when they're laying on their back.
Oh, natural.
It is. But you see, here's what you fail to realize. That don't come with a skinny girl. So I'm saying when you see that, the rest of that person should probably have some type of bathing suit on.
Interesting.
That's all I'm saying. Like you got a big picture, not just
too much.
Well, I think the big picture here is like you're wearing jeans and you're showing crack. That's what's going on.
Yeah, that means you need some bigger jeans.
Vlad, where are your rats?
Oh, I'm rats off his ship. This is a common thing down here. I don't seen butt cleavage. Come on, man. Like
seems like something Wisconsin's just
and then the other thing is,
and like you said,
stop giving it a fancy name.
Right.
Bum cleavage?
Bum cleavage. No. It's cakes.
What's number 4, Jennifer?
Hostess.
I was just being radio friendly, you know?
Really?
Number 4.
Yeah, we've done that.
Literally. Canes covering the spread versus Duke. They are 21.5 favorites.
I'm not rats off a ship on this. I'm a little ashamed of how I was fearful of Manny Diaz yesterday. Then I saw his dumb face, and I was like, they're going to wreck this dude. And I'll tell you what actually got me the most hyped up. Have you guys seen the Cam Ward hype video the Canes have tweeted out?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Wow. I mean, wow.
You know what I can't figure out about you?
Wow.
How fired up you get about that.
Yeah.
But then somebody else will do something like that, and you'll say too much.
I don't know. Hard to say. I don't know. Yeah, my feelings are what they are. My feelings are what they are. But I'm going to tell you, by the way, Joe Rose basically the narrator of it. A lot of Joe Rose in the hype video. Dude, it's good. I mean, they started the goosies on top of goosies for the Cam Ward Heisman campaign. Really good. Really good. So anyway, not rats off a ship. I think I've changed my mind. They're kicking Duke's ass. Leroy?
I'm not rats off a ship because they look, even though I'm a little cautious, I just think once they get it going, they're hard to stop. And I'm not going to question this team's ability to score a bunch of points under any circumstances.
Cody says it wasn't that good. A little too much goosies. No such thing, dude. You can either handle all the goosies or you can't.
Where can one see this?
It's on Canes. I think at Canes Football. I think it's pinned there.
Okay.
We can't play it. I mean, like it's got a bunch of like stuff we'd get yanked off of.
I will not do
off
that.
the tube with, but go check it out. I'm telling you, goosies on top of goosies. JFig?
I'm not rats off the ship.
Vlad?
No, I think the U's gonna smack the crap out of Duke because actually beating Duke is gonna be one of their better wins this season.
It will be
because they have a decent record.
Yep.
So beating Duke handily because
I saw this McElroy yesterday. He was being all snivelly. He's like, BYU should get a lick above Miami. Shut up, dude. Okay, you don't even believe that. You could put BYU, you could put all of BYU up against, put the best BYU players of all time against the Canes. You don't believe that, Greg McElroy. You're just being sniveling.
I don't like the
sniveling.
I don't like the names of the Utah colleges. Brigham Young.
Yep.
Utah Utes.
The Utes.
The
Utes.
The Utes.
What is Utah State?
I don't know.
The fighting Jordan loves. I think they're the Aggies too, actually. I think
The Aggies. Yeah, they are the Aggies. That's it.
Take a break. Back after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Take you guys, if you guys want to get any of the program, you guys can watch us YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Let us get to our headlines, Leroy. Those are brought to you by Doral Kia. At Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory like the Sportage, the Sorrento, and the Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Maybe you're going to drive your Kia down to my street tonight. You know, who knows? What are you looking at me like that for, JFig?
Tomorrow?
Why are you shaking your head?
There was no reason.
Nah, you kind of gave a look there. Why? Like, is it because I said my street? I mean, D Wade did say it was our street, so I kind of.
I'm not going to take that away from you.
No, I mean, like, he did say that though, so like I don't want to.
He did say that.
He did say that. So like, if are you calling D Wade a liar?
You're putting words in my mouth, okay? I said I was not going to do.
Okay. That's what he said, though.
Well, you know what? Let's play the tape.
Just so like clear.
My apologies. Let me see what I got here. Sir, how you like our street? Pretty good. Pretty freaking good? Congratulations, bro. No, we did it. We did it, dog.
You guys, injury update.
So if you ever want to go to D Wade Tobin Boulevard, you take a selfie. Hang us on.
Hey,
I gotta say that video was wonderful. That was goosey.
Yeah, I don't
just think the way he approached you.
I don't think people understand. I know all too well. You can't do that to Tobin. Even if you feel that way, you cannot.
Tobin right now is.
You cannot do it.
That was good.
I'm really happy that it happened on your birthday,
Although also, and by the by, it didn't hurt that Will Manso decided to mention it on the broadcast as well. That was good.
Will Manso outside the Kaseya Center. More importantly, welcome back to Dwyane Wade Boulevard. Yeah, you see the sign. That's right. Just out the Kaseya Center. Outside Northeast 7th Street is now Dwyane Wade Boulevard. The hard work for the Miami-Dade County Resolution and City of Miami Resolution becoming official. There's his house, and why not have his boulevard here? Now, as you see the sign once again, part of the hard work, courtesy of longtime radio personality Brendan Tobin. I got to give him a shout out because Tobin had long says, bring D Wade Boulevard to Biscayne. And as you see the sign right there one last time, today before the game, Eric and John, how cool is this? D Wade actually went up to Tobin and said, hey, how do you like our street? Tells you a lot about the character of the man who certainly deserves this honor.
Yeah, that's cool.
And somewhere.
You get that.
And I'm gonna tell you, somewhere I'm shaking my head. I'm never gonna hit the end of this one.
I love how it's all filmed. He has like all the screen grabs.
He's got all the screen grabs.
As
He's got
soon as everybody left, I was like, hey, who has that? I looked back to the 7 because I didn't have it on my camera. I looked at the 9 television cameras. Who's got that?
You go, boy. I hope you do win that. What was that thing that you got nominated for?
I don't know. Oh, the thing that Eric Reed nominated me for?
Yeah.
I think it was like some national broadcast thing. I don't know. I'm not worthy to be in the broadcasting anything with Eric Reed. He's an actual professional who's been doing this for 30, 40 years. However,
he seems to think that you belong in there.
The D Wade handshake, that's a good award.
The acknowledgement left, let alone that's all you need, man. He acknowledged.
Yeah,
we did it.
He knew that was you.
Yeah,
that's good. Heat back in action tonight against the Knicks. I'll always take that as well. Tip off from the Kaseya Center set for 7:30. Vlad will be boots on the ground with Papa Vlad. So check that on out tonight. 6:15 is pre-heat.
I call him Coach Vlad if he's anything like my dad. He's gonna try to coach you up.
Oh man, he's dude. Nothing makes my father more upset than James Harden because my dad likes movement. He likes movement. He hates anybody that holds the ball. He says you have to be great in order to hold the ball longer than 3 seconds. He hates James Harden. He thinks James Harden's a great player, but he cannot stay. He can't stand watching him play. Cannot. So trust me, today, anybody that holds the ball, if Karl Anthony Towns holds the ball more than 3 seconds, my dad's gonna rip him. Just gonna rip him.
Schmeathan says, saw a lady of the night at D. Wade Tobin Avenue around 3 a.m. this morning.
Eugene Robinson there as well? I hope Eugene Robinson wasn't there.
Parking is expensive on D. Wade Tobin Ave.
Hey, I think he's doing serious time right now.
Is he really?
Eugene? Yeah, he's a perv.
Oh, man, that's not.
Yeah. He was like all over the country.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Oh, oh no. It happened last week.
Who?
Liam, the dude from One Direction.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy. That was a crazy story.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So apparently he didn't actually jump. He fainted, and then that resulted in him falling.
Jeez. But he had
In the angle that he fainted.
But he had like a lot of drugs in the system, yeah? That was the report.
I guess, yeah.
Jeez.
I was never a directioner, but that really hurt because it's somebody that was
What?
too young.
What's the name of it? Wait, what's the name of the y'all group?
That's what they called them. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's what my
Directioners.
daughter was then.
Yeah, no, I never.
I didn't know she was
really
a
got into
Swiftie
them like
until
that.
Taylor Swift came into town.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
Got some injury updates from the Miami Dolphins. Adam Beasley. This was announced by Mike McDaniel. River Cracraft. He has his practice window open today. So he is on the mend from IR. We will get River Cracraft back this week.
Can we get a River Cracraft anytime touchdown?
Oh, dude, you know I'll have action on it. I was just talking
can
about
I
this
just say this?
Hmm?
Just one request.
Yeah.
Can we throw a fade to somebody taller than 5'9"?
Be nice. It'd be nice. Can we just get it going? I mean, enough of this already.
We were talking about enough with the Julian Hill anytime touchdown. Like
That's the closest I'm gonna get, right, Leroy?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the closest you're gonna get.
Like
Him fumbling on the one.
But I'm gonna feel like such an idiot if he does score a touchdown. If I give up.
So I'm when they are at home I'm covering the team. So I'm looking at it. I'm always the one that's texting you like, because I know Tobin has that anytime bet. And it's always when they're heading that direction, like they're heading that side of the end zone. It's like, oh, well, there's Julian Hill. Oh, okay. Oh, he's open. He has a chance. And then something always happens. It's either the quarterback overthrows him, even though the ball's in his hands, though, or he fumbles the ball right at the goal line.
He didn't have a holding penalty this past game, right? Like he did. Did he go penalty free? I feel like this was the first game he went penalty free.
Oh no, because Eichenberg made up for him.
He might have been penalty free, but the team wasn't.
I mean, he got his ass saved losing that fumble.
Oh,
like
by Austin Jackson.
Why can't this team just hold on to the football? Just hold on to the football, please. It's like
Austin Jackson just fell on it. He ain't tried to pick it up and score.
Nope.
When you watch that in film, are you making fun of the player?
Yeah. Absolutely. Dude, look, coaches watch film to correct mistakes. We watch film to mess with each other. Because if you didn't try to find interesting things in the film, you fall asleep. Like the coach said, pay attention. I'm like, I was there. Like, I know exactly what happened. And then he asked me a question, and then I tell him, I'm like, yeah, man, I pay attention. Don't worry about it. Like, we good.
Zach Sieler, according to Mike McDaniel, this is from Barry Jackson's Twitter. Quote,
Patches? O'Houlihan?
I don't know if he has a patch.
So now you can be like with.
He says, quote, he desperately wants to play in this game. If he can't, it's because he's unable to. He won't need surgery. That's good news.
I mean, how hard do you have to get hit to need surgery on an orbital bone?
Dude, Eichenberg must have gave him that's a Ric Flair chop to the face, man.
The
reason I'm skeptical. First of all, there's a couple things. One, Liam Eichenberg is very clumsy. Okay.
Oh my goodness, he's always on the ground.
I don't know. Look, maybe I'm a little harsh on his play. Maybe.
No, he's always on the ground though.
He's always falling.
Him or Embiid?
Yeah, he's always on the ground.
Is he the Joel Embiid of offensive line?
So they always say when you walk into the octagon, what does Herb Dean say?
Protect yourself.
Protect yourself at all times. Know how to use your weapons. Okay? Control your weapons is what he says. And Eichenberg, he can't control his weapons. He's always on the ground. All right? I already saw him do that face mask thing up there, and he's the only one who publicly denied it because he knew everyone was going to accuse him. Why? Because he definitely did it. And apparently him and Sieler are friends. So your friend's going to go to bat for you.
So my thing
Zach
is,
Sieler probably thinks to himself, oh, buddy, I know you're going to get crushed for this. Don't worry. We'll just say it was a practice squad guy.
my thing is that it was on a Friday
Yeah.
with no pads.
Right.
I ain't getting nowhere near anything that if somebody fall on the ground, I stop. I ain't tripping over nobody. Nothing. We 2 days before Sunday.
Luis says Liam punching him sounds like the real story.
I was about to say that.
They got drunk and got out of hand. So you think they are very woodsy. So you think two giant intangibles possibly had a crazy night at Bass Pro Shop and they got into an argument over who has the best fishing gear?
Let me explain something to you. We had, when I was in Minnesota, the offensive line went to a concert. And on Saturday morning, one of the offensive linemen lifted up his shirt and he had a black and blue all across his stomach. And we asked him what happened. Oh, so-and-so tackled me, bum rushed me.
Oh,
I'm like, why? Cause that was the answer. Cause
I'm not gonna
that's
lie.
why I don't hang out with them. That's why Steve Everett, you hear how much I talk about Steve Everett. Love the dude. Don't hang out with him. Too rough.
I did slice my head open one time tackling my friend.
Slice your head open.
Led with my head. Shouldn't have done that.
Did you need stitches?
Yep.
No, you didn't, you lying dog.
Had to go.
No,
to the
you
hospital.
didn't. No, you didn't. Did you need stitches?
I'll find you the picture. I did need stitches. It was right here.
It explains
right in the brim.
Let me explain.
Do you have
something.
any scar marks?
You don't have a scar?
I do. It's under my eyebrow. You can come look.
You had CTE when you were a kid.
Dude, I have the picture. I will find it for you. I'll get it before the end of the show. I'll find it. It's on Facebook.
Oh my God. No,
Intangibles.
Oh, mosh pit. JFig, do you do mosh pit?
It happened in college. Do you want to know when it happened? Worst time to have to go to the hospital. I think it was Wilma. Was it Wilma that hit Broward? Worst time. We were all staying at my house because we left college. We're like, I don't know what's going to happen because we thought it was going to be a direct hit at Barry, and we ended up going north. So a lot of my friends were staying at my house. We went to Deerfield Beach. We got a little rowdy.
Got a little rowdy.
I'm embarrassed by it, but it happens.
So anytime you've ever done anything physical, you've been hurt.
Or drunk.
Yeah. I mean, it was stupid to play tackle on the beach when there was no lights. But we were bored.
Dude, I was a professional and I don't play tackle without all my pads on. It just serves no purpose. I don't have nothing to prove. They say, hey, you want to play football? No. They go, why? I say, because ain't no check at the end of it. When I got done with football, I didn't play tag. All I did was play catch with fines. That's it.
I was a stupid 19-year-old. What do you want me to do?
I mean, like, you're still dressing up like animals anyway. Like, what's changed?
So I just want to paint the scenario right here. We think on a Thursday night that Liam Eichenberg and Zach Sieler went to like Zach Brown band. Were there any country concerts in town last week, JFig?
I feel like there was one.
Some Luke Bryan.
Yeah, some Luke Bryan concert. And they were like, like to try to think. He's like, what'd you do to that guy where you poked him in the eye? He goes, oh, let me show you, Zach.
They'd soft with the classic. After homecoming, all the intangibles went into the ocean at night.
Nope. Hey.
You know what?
Wait. Let me tell you something.
Do that also?
Let me tell you something. That's the beginning of a horror movie where the black person is in the movie for 5 minutes.
Oh.
After homecoming, let's go to the beach.
Any scenario where they're leaving a party or a place and they want to continue the festivity,
right?
But it's somewhere that's not very tangible, appropriate. The tangible is the first one to go.
Oh yeah,
yeah, absolutely. We dying. We're the first to go.
You know, my favorite line in all of Get Out was, "I told you not to go in them woods with that white woman."
That movie was crazy.
It was crazy.
Really
Take a
good
break.
movie too.
Take a break. Oh, if you guys want to go to Heat Kings right now, let's give it to caller number 5. Nico's getting his banner. Caller 5 for Nikola Jovic to 305-567-0560. You get a 4-pack of Heat tickets to Heat Kings next Monday, November 4th. Heat and Kings. If you want to win those, 305-567-0560. You will win a 4-pack of tickets to Heat Kings. Caller 5 right now to 305-567-0560. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy, back with you here. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultation 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
One big happy family. It is breezy. I'm talking about 20 plus. Winds are coming out of the east, northeast. It is partly cloudy because I see more sun. And I would say, let me correct that wind. I think this cloud is going zigzag on mine. Maybe that's just my eyes. But yeah, I would say it's about 80, 85 degrees, somewhere in there. Warm and breezy. We're starting to get that humidity back. Whoa, there we go.
Huh. You hit it. Hit the nail around the head. 85 degrees.
It was cool the last couple of weeks. It was like a nice chill in the morning, and then all of a sudden it wasn't.
Wind is 18 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Gust 29.
Huh.
Wind is making it feel cooler. It is 85 degrees. The wind is making it feel like 84 degrees.
That's a lie.
The wind only makes it feel the 1 degree cooler.
Hey, that breeze, when it's blowing hot, make it feel worse.
Seeing a quote here from Mike McDaniel's press conference from Josh Houts from another Dolphins podcast. It says, Mike McDaniel, quote, "You don't point the finger, you point the thumb."
What?
What does that mean?
He's hitchhiking?
Like Cam Cameron said, we need that thumb to go this direction when he was getting booed. What the hell does that mean? Point the thumb.
We don't give the what?
We don't point the finger.
We don't point the finger. We give the thumb.
No, he says you point the thumb.
Is that what?
So don't point the finger, but point the thumb.
You can still do the same thing. You're out of here.
I'd rather you point the finger.
Guys look great.
Do you like when an umpire goes this or when he goes like this?
I like the punch out.
No, not on strikeouts. I'm talking when he ejects somebody.
Oh,
when he ejects him, he goes, "You're out of here."
I like the wind up. I like the wind up.
I like the
set him out.
Yeah.
It's like a
because then it's just like a stick of dynamite blows up in the other guy's head, and then he really loses it. So if he winds him up instead of throwing him out, oh yeah, it's gonna be
South
heated.
says the thumb points at you. Okay, so we're going. So your fault's my fault. Mr. Positive.
I could point myself.
How about you kick some ass there, eh? Smart pants. Go out there, draw something up. Enough of this nonsense. Sitting here yammering nonstop. Let's get to it. Chop, chop. Go figure out how to beat Josh Allen.
You're kind of down on Coach, aren't you?
I'm not down on him. I'm just down on the games. I'm down on them finding new ways to lose.
No. Because last week we had the conversation about whether you would take a 10-9 win, and you said you wanted it to be exciting.
That's right.
Okay, you got exciting. It came with a loss.
Yeah, but so did ugly. And it was the best. It was the most enjoyable loss of the season. You would agree.
But I'm just saying, the most important thing is the win.
I get it. But see, you make this, the thing that's silly about you, which is why you're not a grown-up, is that you make it an either-or scenario.
Oh, so you want it to be exciting and win?
Of course.
Who doesn't?
I watch sports.
But the most important thing is winning.
Okay, but they have Tua back now. Like, there's no reason for the games to be ugly.
Tua don't play defense.
Defense finally, they showed their true colors, huh?
But I'm just saying.
But they didn't have Zach Sieler. I will give, if we're going to give the offense a pass for no Tua, we basically didn't have our quarterback. Zach Sieler might be the best player on the team.
I can't even argue that. Not the best, most consistent. How's that? Like, you know what you're getting with Zach Sieler. You know Zach Sieler going to be in the backfield. You know he's going to stop the run. You know he's going to be where he's supposed to be.
Tell you doesn't whine on Twitter afterwards. Zach Sieler.
Does he have Twitter?
I think he has an account, but I don't think he uses it. Probably, he probably forgot his password. It's probably like under like a Bass Pro Shop gift card somewhere. I don't know why I always have that password.
Why? Who writes the password down?
Zach Sieler. For that confounded internet.
Why you got him like Gronk now?
I don't know. I just picture him like I picture Zach Sieler going home. There's a wood oven, He's chopping his own wood, of course, because he's always chopping wood.
In Florida?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, he's a rich man now.
So you say wait. You saying he's a rich man and he chooses to chop wood?
Of course. You gotta stay true.
Everybody has their habits. Everybody has their passion. Chopping wood is his.
You don't think that when he first broke his eye, he went home and told his wife, she goes, what's wrong? Honey, take a rest. He goes, I need to go chop some wood.
Where?
Like, in the back.
Where are you chopping wood in the backyard in South Florida?
Trust me, dude. I'm telling you, Zach Sieler he's got a chopping block, he's got an axe, and he's got wood to chop. I'm sure he gets it delivered. Unfinished logs. So he could slice them in half and then put them in his wood oven.
In his fireplace?
Well, yeah, and his fireplace too. I mean, it's a little hot for that. I figure he's doing it.
This is not my point.
He's probably cooking some elk, something like that.
Let me just tell you. We were in Canada one time. This is no lie. And my mother-in-law's brother come over. He said, "Hey, you like to grill? I got something for you." He brought moose.
What?
Yes. And I'm like, where's the grill? They had me sitting in the patio of an apartment cooking moose on a George Foreman grill. It was cold. I'm like, wait a minute.
He hasn't tweeted since November of last year, and it was a retweet. He does a he
What are you
retweeted.
talking about?
You barely tweet, dude. I got you on noties. You don't tweet.
Should I get into the tweet game again?
You want to know what Zach Sieler's Twitter
Are you
bio
ever
is?
in it?
Yeah.
First of all, let me just say he's the best Dolphin. He has only 5.6 thousand followers.
5.6.
He has 5.6 thousand followers. Zach Sieler, this is his Twitter bio. I tackle gators and quarterbacks. #fins up. I miss him.
Did you make it up or no? It's for real?
No, I swear to God, JFig.
Let's see. It's a little fuzzy.
I tackle gators and quarterbacks. Fins up. Yeah.
Told you. Would never look.
Also, now that we're showing receipts, I've got something for you guys.
Oh no.
No way.
Ah! Who is that? Who is that? Is not
Brendan
you.
Tobin.
That's you?
Apparently
Look
19
like
years old, you said.
Yep.
Why you look like the
Maybe
sixth
younger.
member? Why you look like the sixth member of NSYNC?
Dude. That was me in the that was me at the hospital about to get some stitches.
Brendan
You look so happy for someone who's about to get stitches.
You can tell it's an old picture.
No,
It's got
no.
That old
Let me
digital code in the corner.
Let me tell you why he was smiling.
This is what Tommy will
Because
look
he's
like.
hammered.
you
He's
do
smiling
look
because he's hammered.
Do look wasted.
I think the week before that, I do think that I went to see my buddy up in Orlando and I got plastered. I think that is a mark from falling onto the carpet so hard. Face planted. But then that is
never
back.
changes.
Why are you always falling? Look at that. So you haven't even healed from the last dumbass move.
I
And then
didn't.
you-
Pretty fresh. That's pretty fresh.
Dude, no way that's you.
I actually had to zoom into this picture to make sure there was no alterations because sometimes I just can't trust Tobin. But look pretty accurate.
That's you?
Yeah,
That
dude.
doesn't look like you.
How does that look like him? What are you talking about?
You're a little bigger now.
Of course.
Yes.
Happens, dude. Almost 20 years ago.
That's not even why. Well, I think it's the hair. Because the fact
I
that
don't.
you
Yeah, I
in
had the buzz
college,
cut.
you were buzz cut.
Yeah,
Right.
that was a self one too. I just did that myself.
And
you came back from the Marines.
And still no facial hair.
Well, I got nah.
I was waiting for that.
Dude, look, you got a little vehicular homicide over the top lip, but that's it. I said
That's
that.
a nasty bruise, bro.
Hey,
it was.
I said what? When Fonz had a girlfriend in high school, he goes, "What you think?" She's great, except for that vehicular homicide she got going on the top lip.
Oh, and Bunny had a mustache?
It wasn't an aunt. She was in high school.
I know, but it's the Eddie Murphy joke. Aunt Bunny
Yeah.
has a mustache.
Yeah. I was like, man, I can't keep
Uh,
staring. I said, I can't stop staring at it. I'm like, she got
Roy?
huh?
She need
Look,
Remington Steel?
sometimes, listen, I'm gonna tell you what, I have one rule. This has always been a standard rule for me. I'm not picky, right?
Mhm.
You a good person, whatever, blah, 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 all them things, right? If we go to the sink and have to use some of the same tools, I'm out. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about toothbrush, but if we have to use like the same brush to do our hair,
Mhm.
right? If we both
We're both using shaving cream
and
it's
tweezing,
Yeah,
and
and you
tweezing
guys-
facial hair and stuff like that,
I'm sorry.
I'm like, oh no, I'm out. Dude,
Yeah, that
I'm
was-
using
I'm out.
big shaving cream, and you using big shaving cream, we got a problem. You
Yeah.
use Nair, I use Bic. That's okay.
Yeah. Like, no,
Luis says, looks like Tobin played for the Panthers there. Oh yeah, goon.
Yeah, but you still got all your teeth.
Yep, that's true.
You don't look like no goon. You look like Rob Lowe. What was it, Youngblood? What was that movie?
That was Primus's Tobin.
Wait, there's no way that dude in that picture,
Mhm.
right, is a menace. No.
Oh no. He's a menace. That's a menace.
What are you talking about? Look at his face.
That's a menace. We're looking at what Tommy will look like in 18 years.
Oh my goodness. Well, he's already putting chokeholds on his dad, so what do you think that's gonna look like?
What do you think? He's not gonna. He's definitely gonna try to headbutt his friends.
Can't rule it out. Cannot rule it
Oh
out.
my goodness.
Take a break. Back after this. Welcome back. Just telling Vlad my new move now because Leroy hates telemarketers just like we all do, right? Leroy give the telemarketer the business. You want to know what my new move has become?
What?
I just throw on a Mike McDaniel press conference and let it roll until they tap out.
Hysterical. That's funny.
They don't know what to do.
No way you do that.
There's nowhere. First of all, there's nowhere for them to break in, and then I'll pause it and be like, "This guy just went, sir. Can you speak English?"
That's funny. Hello, I am Jonathan. I'm like, really?
Like, dude. He's like, sir, I'm just asking a simple question. And I'm like, well, you got the wrong guy. It's Mike McDaniel. There are no simple answers with Mike McDaniel. Just long ones. That's it. That's all you got, dude. That's all you got. Heat Knicks tonight, 7:30 is your tip from the Kaseya Center. Goosey's on top of Goosey's. Coverage begins at 6:15 right here on WQAM. They got is Breen on the call tonight? You got Breen on the call? Or does he got to do ESPN?
Ooh, I don't know.
Who's the fill-in when Breen doesn't do it?
It's usually Kenny Albert. They've also got Gus Johnson back for.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I love Gus Johnson.
I love Gus as well. But I think they probably have Breen doing the Boston Indy game.
God, they gotta be. You think Breen's like Boston again? What's the night game? I wonder what the night game. Maybe he gets the night game.
It's
because they got Mark Jones too. Mark Jones does a great job.
Right.
Love Mark Jones. Who is the West Coast game tonight for the 4-letter network? It is got to be probably Lakers, right? No, not Lakers.
No. Oh, I think it's Wemby versus
Chet.
Yeah, I think.
Wow, Battle of the Wind Sox.
I checked it out. I'm into that.
Good.
Yeah, it's Wemby versus Chet, Spurs versus Thunder.
All right.
Battle of the Wind Sox.
And they are balling to start the season.
The Thunder?
Both of them. Both big men. I mean, Wemby's Wemby, but Chet looking different. He doesn't have to play the 5 this year.
Dude, yeah, he's got Hartenstein.
He still hasn't played yet, but
Hartenstein. Who else do they got then? They got Lou Dort.
They got Jalen Williams. They have obviously Shea.
Who's playing center for them?
Hartenstein looks like the dude from the Umbrella.
What happened to Hartenstein? What did he break?
I don't know. He got banged up, but he's
yes.
one of us. Okay.
Yes.
As long as
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is one of us.
I was that one definitely took me for a loop. I got to be as shocked as I've been since Tyler Johnson.
It took you for a loop. It took me for a loop.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Tyler Johnson, you could see it.
But here's what
you can see it, but you need
Hartenstein.
He's a little lighter than Tyler.
No, but I'm just saying. Like,
Right.
it's gonna take me a hard time to get there with
But
that last name.
All knew he was. So there was a Christmas party that the Knicks had, and they were taking pictures of the players and their wives. For the exception of Josh Hart, most of the tangible wives were intangibles, and the only intangible who had a tangible wife was Hartenstein. Yeah. So we were like, oh, and then when you start looking, oh, he's a brother. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Good game tonight, though. I will check that out. I will not check out Celtics and Pacers.
I'm just,
Celtics in our life.
I'm looking forward to this game and it's a play on your squad. I want to see how Jimmy takes this because this is his first game since this is the first team that he's facing since those comments. Like he's finally facing the Knicks.
Send the Knicks home. You taking that personal?
No, I want to see how because when you said he asked, is that game going to be on TV? I'm thinking there's games like the Knicks games and Boston games that he's looking forward to.
Definitely.
So that he can make that point. Like he says.
I mean, I guess I can't quibble with them. They're doing an Eastern Conference Finals rematch on ESPN tonight. It's just like, God, they put all the Celtics in on TV. I think if you were going to put I think the Heat Knicks is just always fun. First of all, they love playing the Van Gundy clip. They love playing that. They'll play that 100 times. And I would have just figured, it's just with Jimmy Tibbs, like it's got a lot of angles, but I get it. Nobody wants to put the Heat on national television. It's fine. I mean, you guys won't stop talking about the Dwyane Wade statue for for God knows how long.
Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit.
What?
3 seconds ago, you go, oh, I can see they put a rematch of the Eastern Conference Championship.
Hey, I'm not mad.
I
Jimmy
get
Butler's
it.
mad. I'm telling
Then you follow it up with, well, because nobody wants to put the Heat on national.
I mean, they don't,
But
Well, Jimmy Butler was like, when I told him, he was like, man,
well, he doesn't have the NBA schedule.
Well, he doesn't. No, that's why I asked the question.
No, but I'm saying he asked if they were going to be on TV, and when you said no, you didn't tell him who were they putting on. You just said Boston. You didn't say it was a replay of
He asked me. He said, "Are we on ESPN on Wednesday?"
Right.
And I said, "I don't think so, but I'll check." And I looked on my phone, and it said Celtics Pacers. I said, "It's Celtics Pacers." He goes, "That sounds about right."
But is it not understandable though?
It's fine. Like I'm never. I mean, like I said, it's an Eastern Conference, but like they never put the heat on. No, we're not on ESPN until January.
And speaking of the Celtics,
but man, they love laughing it up about D-Wade on ESPN all over the place. I mean, laughing at us. Laughing at us. We'll see who's laughing. It looks like
stop it.
I don't like this. You guys don't know art.
Hey, no.
Okay, this ain't no Basquiat, buddy.
Wait, let me tell you something. D-Wade said it wasn't designed to look like him.
It was a good cover.
See, he don't even believe what the man said. You say D-Wade's a liar?
I think D-Wade really cared about the artists. Like he really, because like the day it was revealed, like he looked and he hadn't gotten all the reaction yet, at least to my knowledge. Because it literally was right after, and the two artists were sitting front row, and you could tell like he was really thankful for them because of all they had done to do this project. And so I think he was protecting those guys because he said, like, this isn't our world. Like, they're not used to, hey, your art stinks. D-Wade's always been a good teammate. He'll cover for people.
Hey.
Remember when he covered for LeBron after LeBron choked in the 2011 finals?
I call a duck a duck.
What is that? What?
If I see a duck, hey, there goes a duck.
Dude, half the time you see wildlife, you call me to ask what it is.
And you lie.
No.
Like you made it, you made it sound like we had a pygmy rattler in our little box.
Hey, you see what's going on.
He's like, ooh, step away from the steak. That thing's poisonous.
Smart.
And then I had another friend who's just below Tobin who said, you can go back. He won't be there. Soon as they find their spot, they go somewhere else. He wasn't there.
I gave you the safer route, though.
Huh?
How mad would you have been if I said it wasn't poisonous and then you got poisoned?
Well, first of all, here's the thing. It didn't matter. I wasn't getting close to the thing. Okay? I was more terrified that when we went back 3 minutes later, it wasn't there.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait, y'all saw a snake and then 3 minutes later you
So
went back
we had a box. We had a box where we put like dog toys and like pool stuff. And I said, when we got the box, Mel, make sure you get one with a bottom. Right? Because a lot of outdoor furniture, you just, the box doesn't have a bottom. Don't worry about it. We don't need one. Okay? So then we're moving it because we're throwing the box away. We got some stand-up thing to put some stuff in. Snake. And guess what I did?
With the box over it.
No, it was in the box. It was in the box on the ground. I got up out of there. I said, I told you. I told you. I told you. So then I said, send me a picture of it. And I asked my boy, because, I'm just guessing, redneck, intangible. He know about the animals. He always tell us about the animals, right?
Probably tell you what snake it is, too.
He's that looks poisonous. So now.
Had some red diamonds on its back. I was nervous.
So then I called my other buddy because I need a backup because I don't know if Tobin is just messing with me.
Right? You thought I was messing with you?
Yeah. You mess. So then,
redneck friend.
Yeah, I call him. He say,
"Can't trust it."
He goes, "Hey," he said, "Don't worry about it, because if you go back, he'll be gone, because they're, that's what they do."
Okay, but
so we go back, and the snake was gone. Now I don't know where the snake is. So now I kind of hope the snake was still in the box, because I don't know where he went.
But he didn't tell you whether it was poisonous or not.
No, it didn't matter. I wasn't gonna get close enough to it.
But at least he was right, though. He said, "Oh, don't worry about it. The snake's not gonna be there when you get back," and he was right.
Yeah, but now I don't know where the snake is.
Oh, and you still haven't found him.
No,
years ago. Or her.
That was years ago.
Oh man, that snake might have had other snakes. You got baby snakes all around.
No.
Fertile ground.
We got one snake that lives around our house, and my wife said, "Don't kill it, because it keeps the rats away." I'm like, "We got a rat infestation? Like, what are we talking about? It's not ratatouille around here."
Love the rats. That's the show, everybody. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.